Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. How we doing? Hello. Guys, let me know if you can hear me all good in the chat. I'd appreciate that. If you are watching on YouTube, be sure to drop a like on the stream. It's appreciated. What's going on, Ronan? What's going on, Jamie? What's going on, Riley? Girls from Line 2 is up, boys. Well, we're gonna fucking talk about that, actually. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. How's everybody doing anyway, though, guys? Hopefully we're doing well. Hopefully you are all good. We might even have a little look at the plagiarism going on. Bit of plagiarism, you know, bit of cheeky copying, you know what I mean? How we doing though? Yo, Side Beauty, what's going on? I was just about to talk about that, actually. Naughty boys. So, I woke up happy today. I was like, right, get my shit done, go to the gym, you know, the usual thing, get my work done. Right, let's play some video games, man. Let's stream. We'll talk about some gacha stuff. We'll play some games. Girls from Line 2's out. Let's play it, right? Let's play it. No, we won't play it because the shitty fucking server situation fucking sucks, and I'm not allowed to play it till the 5th, which absolutely blows, and I'm pissed about it. I'm pissed about it, guys. The thing is, this fucking map that's in Discord as well. Let me show you. I need to show you because it's annoying me. Where are we? Yep, there we go. Okay, let me switch over. I know there's an updated map, right? Okay. Lies. Dirty lies. This isn't true. The UK is on the Hellplay servers. Like, why on earth? Like, I understand the need for, I guess, different fucking publishers in different areas. Why the fuck do I get fucking lumped with the shit one? Ireland is actually in the Sunborn Dark Winter servers, which, if you're in that, good news, you can play Girls Frontline 2 right now. I think you can play it on Steam as well, right now. But you know, if you want to play it in the UK, which is right next to Ireland, okay, fuck you, big fuck you, because you can't play it till the 5th, because I'm on the Hellplay servers. Get wrecked, I'm on Sunborn, right? So, yeah, the weird thing is, look at this here. Is it Switzerland or fucking Luxembourg or whatever? The entirety of Europe's on Hellplay, pretty much, apart from some of the Baltic states. And then, like, what is it, Switzerland and, like, Luxembourg or whatever it is, are just there, just like, yeah, we're on Sunborn, surrounded by Hellplay servers. You know, Russia and North Africa's here, just like, yeah, you guys don't count. You guys don't count at all. So, cooked. Yes, cooked. I was buzzing, man. I went on Steam. I was like, oh, all right, maybe it's not launching right now on Steam, and you just have to get it on their launcher. Like, all right, go to the website. Not available in my region. I was like, okay, someone's fucked up. The launch is fucked up. You know, live service game. Maybe there's maintenance. Go on Twitter. Go to the Twitter. They don't even tell you on the Twitter. That's the most annoying thing. You have to fucking look at the comments, and I was like, I don't know if I trust these people. They're posting links. I don't trust them. Go to YouTube. Yeah, they're fucking right. So I've got the game installed, but I can't play it yet. So, you know, got shafted, cooked. We're done. We're fucked. What's going on, Vortex? So, yeah. I'm going to spill you something. Nemesis Giatin Shark is fucking awesome. I can't wait to play it. I'm actually looking forward to playing it. So, yeah, I guess unless I use a VPN. Second-class citizens, man. Second-class citizens. But this is a lie. We're in the blue. We're in the blue. Basically, yeah, we're cooked. Because it's like, we're in with, like, South America and Mexico. Why? Like, I'd love to know why the Hellplay have the rights in these regions. Like, so weird that Ireland doesn't, because Ireland's in the Sunborn, I believe. And, like, you know, Africa and Australia. But then, like, Europe and the UK are in the different servers. So fucked. I'd like to know why. I demand answers. So yeah, I'm pissed about that. I'm actually pissed about it. That's why I was a little bit late, because I was like, fuck. So I tried to do some retail therapy and then I couldn't even find anything. I went on Steam and I was like, all right, let's buy some games on Steam that are on deep discounts, and I couldn't really even find anything on there. Girls Online 2 is bigger as you think. They flopped their launch in CN, did they? The thing is, it's a game that, even though I think it's going to be quite niche even within the gacha space, but it's a game that I think I'll enjoy, you know what I mean? So maybe they're cautious. Well, it's got to be, I don't know, it's got to be something to do with rights, you know what I mean? I don't know exactly whether it's like, it's regulation, it's to do with like, I don't know, taxes, obviously separating the publishers from the developer standpoint, I guess makes sense, because if they want to get the game out as much as possible, and there's entities in certain regions that can publish the game in those regions, it makes sense to go with them. But it's just weird that typically, if you're publishing games in North America, you're usually publishing games in EU. So it's like, it's weird that North America and Ireland are on the same server, but literally Great Britain right next, we've got a land border with Ireland, but we're on a different server. It's like, so, that's the only thing that I'd be interested to know, the actual, like, the reasons for that, actually. Might have a look into that later. They don't want you guys gooning, right? Locked out, man. Locked out. Welcome to the stream as well, Chase. How's it going? So, yeah, we will live to coom another day, I guess. Right? The grippers, man, the grippers. So yeah, I saw that Hoyo got themselves caught doing a little bit of a thrifty nicking, you know, a little bit of plagiarism, a little bit of stealing. So yeah, that's naughty. That's very naughty. Literally ripping off. Actually, we'll find it here. It wasn't just what was he? I'm an OG or some shit like that. I've never even heard of it. But it was Identity V as well. Yeah. Omni OG or whatever. I don't fucking know. Yeah, I'll show you some images. Now, I think there's some people like just saying, "Oh, it's just inspiration," but I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, for a $1 billion, well, multiple $1 billion company to have to go after using apparently Identity V as well is a thing. And the Identity V ones look way worse. I don't know if they were a few months back. I think, yeah, maybe. Or you'll run out of creativity incoming. Terrible, I can't roll the right substats for Camellia. Yo, what's going on, cheese? Well, you know what? It's the first time JP didn't get first access. Oh, really? So, yeah, man. Hoyo are cooked. Like, what the fuck are they doing? It's like, come on, bro. You know? Let me, hold up a second. I've got to be careful with Twitter. I've got to be careful. I need to look on my other monitor because I might be just scrolling down and there'll be just like a big ass vag on screen or something like that. Because, you know, even when you go into the replies on, Twitter, you got motherfuckers just showing their arsehole. Here we go. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. Bro. Bro. Like, come on now. This is a sort of homework copying that the teacher catches on to straight away. You know what I mean? You hand this in and the teacher's like, yeah fuck off. Even if I'm going to read it, I can see straight away, you know, you've copied. So, yeah, crazy, man. Crazy. Yo, what's going on, Charlie? Word for word, bar for bar. Here we go. I think we got a little bit of a video here, actually, we can watch. You can see. You guys can see.
多音，聆听受苦者的哀告，知晓这世上不存在白白救人的神。
拜拜。
天命が指し示した通り、偽りの月はついに地に落ちた。
即便触及他前，我会熔毁、坠落。
你看那誓言，天上的太阳，不以暴力而约束。
光を見捨てたのはそうだったのだ。
You know, like, come on. Come on. You know? I've seen people say, man, this is just inspiration. It's like, okay, there's inspiration, you know? And then there's this. The same people who say this is inspirational say that Wuthering Waves is literally a copy of Genshin. Which, hey, you know what? I'm not even one of those people that's not saying that Wuthering Waves runs because Genshin walked, literally, because you can't run in Genshin. But, come on, you know? It's wild.
最后再做一下同步无声对比。
天命が指し示した通り。
I don't know if we're just,
そうだったのだ。
yeah, it's just playing the same thing over again. Okay, yeah, so that's straight up, you know. The worst thing about it, though, is I think it's because, like, this, whatever game it is, I don't even know if it's a gacha game. I'm not even sure. I don't know the game, if I'm honest. I think it might be like a turn-based arena game. I don't know. But I don't think it's like, well, at least not big outside China. So I guess they thought that maybe nobody'd notice, but then they forgot that this is the internet. You know, and like there's lots of people who will scour stuff, and just even people who've played both games are going to spot this straight away. You're just going to spot this straight away, aren't you? If you play both games, end of the day. You know, this is not even subtle. This is like blatant. So, yeah, Huyo being very, very naughty boys. Reminded me of, what's it then? Life of Brian. He's not the Messiah. He's been a very naughty boy. But this is, look at this as well. Look at this as well. This is almost like scene for scene. Apparently, this is, we have Identity V. So, yeah, I don't know about this game actually either. So 2 games that I don't really know about, but I don't need to play the games to see that, okay, I've got pattern recognition. I see something here. You know, I've got eyes. I guess Huyo, I don't know, with all that money, they've ran out of creativity. Like, it's kind of crazy, really, for a company that's so big. Like, I'm not even defending, like, I'm always the type of person, I always say, at the end of the day, if I get a good game, I don't really care if developers copy other people's homework. But when I'm talking about copying homework, I'm talking about taking mechanics, you know, taking, you know, design elements in regards to the gameplay, things that make the game better. I genuinely don't mind if companies look at Wuthering Waves is doing and go, oh, we're going to add that into our game. That's a cool mechanic. I like that. That's a cool quality of life update. We're going to take that because it's going to make the game better. If that makes that better for me, fine with that. But when it comes to story and cutscenes, it's like, okay, that's not, you know, that's just, come on, man. You've got all this money, you've got all these writers, surely you can come up with some, and even if you are copying it, at least, you know, change some paragraphs around. Like, that's what you used to do at school. You know, if you was copying, you'd spend a little bit of time to change stuff up. You know, like, just go through things, switch stuff for me. All right, let me take that little bit out and I'll rewrite that little bit myself so it sounds like I've changed it a little bit. Even then, you know, if the teacher was on it, you'd get caught. But, like, those guys were like, nah, ain't even going to change anything, actually. We're just, we're just going to rip it bar for bar. So, yes, interesting. Naughty Huyo. Can I look at this? I can't, see the link, Saipuri. I've got Twitch set up to nuke links because of those stupid ass, bots trying to get people to buy view bots. 9 years of experience, high budget still, copying. It's crazy, isn't it? Like I say, if you're copying story anyway, not cool with that. If you're copying cutscenes, not cool with that. Gameplay mechanics, fine. But it's one thing if it was a small independent company that were just trying to maybe cut corners, you know, they looked at some storyboards and were like, right, sweet, let's take that, you know, because there were money constraints, time constraints. But a company the size of Huyo, it's like there's no excuses, man. Like, no excuses. It's like, it's indefensible in my eyes. It's just, it's kind of funny. Not a good look. Not a good look at all. Let me just have a look at something here, actually. I am curious. Where's that initial tweet? Because it was called out, apparently, by the actual devs of that on Myoji, on their Weibo account. So, the developers themselves, so this is not just like a community thing, as far as I'm aware. This was literally from the developers themselves. They were like, wait a minute, bro. I'm sure I've seen this before, and actually called them out. Well, this is Orcs. it isn't the first time Honkai Star Rail did this. Well, I was going to say I think they've been at it a few times, haven't they? Because I think this was from like a few months ago, the start of the year. Apparently, this wasn't it. I can't remember. Again, I haven't played Star Rail for quite some time now, so I'm a little bit behind. They've also stolen image designs from Elsword in the past. Okay, all right. Damn, that's not great, is it? Didn't Hoyo also copy Sparkle trailer frame by frame from a small creator? Oh, I think I remember hearing about this, right? I do think I remember hearing about this, actually. Okay, alright, oh, damn, yep, shit, bro. That's wild. Remember when Kuro were getting all that slack? You remember, I think it was it the very first animation that they showed off for Jinsei? I think it was, wasn't it? It was just showed off at like a developer conference or something. It was never used, but it was just shown off. And it was like an animation that was taken from an animation that was created by somebody that was put up on Bilibili or something like that. And like everybody was like, oh, that's because Kuro are trash. But they never actually used it. It was just like a demonstration. And it definitely was a copy of the other person's work. But it never actually got into the game. You know? So it's like, damn, man. It's just the size of the company for me that, like, why would there be the need to do this? They've got so many resources. It just doesn't make sense. So, if it's Hoyo, they get a pass. There will be people saying that. There will be people saying that, you know, doesn't matter. And it'll get swept under the rug by a lot of people because it's Hoyo at the end of the day. I think maybe potentially it's probably Hoyo thinking, well, we're that big. One, people won't care, which they won't really. Most people will forget about it in a couple of days. And two, that they're so big that the other company just will get, you know, drowned out in all the noise, if that makes sense. So yeah, pretty trashy moves, if you ask me, from Hoyo there. Not a good look. Especially, I think, even more so nowadays, with all the competition that's coming into the space, they're actually pulling moves like this still to this day. You know, when we know how massive they are as an institution. Christ, if they've got the money to invest in nuclear reactors, then surely they've got the money to get some people on board who don't need to copy homework, at least in cutscenes anyway. Like, damn, bro, damn, crashed out, right? So Hoyo design strategy now is to get some scenes and characters from an unpopular gacha game. Hey, that's the way to do it, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's what is he? What is it that Asmongold says? ABC, always be cheating, man. Why do the work yourself if you can find some dude who's not known, copy his work, and then just make loads of money off it? And then when he mentions something, nobody cares, you know? It's happened in music before, hasn't it? It's happened in many other places. Shit, man, YouTubers do it all the time, don't they? You know? YouTubers do it all the time. So, yeah, man. Sucks. Doing innovation costs money, picks. We all love money. True. It's definitely going to court if devs are comfortable about speaking about this. I don't know how the plagiarism laws work in China. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't know. I don't exactly know. The fact that they're calling them out publicly, they're obviously feeling, I don't know, I guess. I'm sure we'll probably see, because this is for content that's coming, right? So I'm sure we'll see this change, surely. Like, if they've got any respect for themselves. You know, there's no denying, like, come on, man, look at this. This is, like you say, bar for bar. This is copying your friend's homework to hand in at school, and you literally haven't changed a word. Grammar's the same, everything's the same. You even copied his spelling mistakes, you know what I mean? You even copied his spelling mistakes, and then you're standing there going, what? I worked hard on this, you know? Like, come on, man. I see people defending. I was going to say I have saw some of that. That's what I was just trying to look for, but I couldn't find it. I don't know if I was on a different post. Some people saying, well, this isn't copying. This is clearly inspiration. It's like, bro, come on, man. Come on. What are you going to say? Oh, they're a different colour. Okay, different shape. Come on, man. This is blatant plagiarism. You know, and hey. It is what it is. What we're looking at here, what's going on in Shogunate, what's going on Neo. We are looking at the fact that Hoyo, with Honkai Star Rail, have plagiarized another game's cutscene for their upcoming update, I think it is, isn't it? Is it for 2.7? Is it for 2.7 or 3.0? I think it's for 2.7, yeah. Like how Shorekeeper got called out as Black Swan, right? Like how many stuff in Wuthering Waves has been called out. I would like to see if those people have got that same sort of energy for this. This? Probably not. Character teaser, was that what it was for, yeah? Okay, so, not a good look, really. Not a good look. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens. Surely, well then, like you say, because it being a character teaser, it's not going to change, then, is it really? Because it's not going to be in the game, I guess. Unless it is, unless it's going to be like maybe. Well, it's probably not, is it? Because it's just going to be a little teaser, isn't it? There's not going to be cutscenes that are going into the game. That's probably where the defending angle will come from, where they'll be like, "No, it's just a character teaser, bro. Who cares if they copy it?" So there you go, Huyo caught red-handed. Let's have a look. What's the game called now? What is it? Omnioji or something like that. I think it's called. I think that's what it is, yeah. Yeah, Omnioji. It's on Steam, actually. It is. Well, man, I don't even think this game's that small, is it really? It's been out for ages as well. It's on GeForce now. You can get it on Steam. Developed by NetEase. Okay, all right. Interesting. All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look at it, actually. I'm curious about what the game looks like. This game is impressive.
Hello, Internet, and today we've got something a little bit different for you here.
Okay.
Characters.
What kind of gameplay is it?
Event that's going on right now, the summoning event. So it's a really good time to join in. And yeah, as you summon, you get an SR of choice once you hit like 100 summons.
Oh my god, really, bro? I hate that when you copy something like that and he takes an old copy from your clipboard. Okay, it's won awards years ago. It's got PvP. Was it turn-based then? Okay, it's turn-based. Okay, then, so it's a turn-based game. I'm assuming it's a gacha game then, yeah? The start of What Happened to My Wallet era, at the start of, What Happened to My Cutscenes, bro? Okay, alright. It's a mobile analog game. So is that a different game than I was looking at then? Am I looking at a different game here? I don't know, actually. You might be right. Let's just double check. Let me just double check. No, I think it's the same game. The funny thing is, putting in Omnioji gameplay. Okay, Star Rail 3.0 gameplay, Hurt of Fiction comes up. Okay. Oh, that's loud. I think this is the same game, right? Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Is this a different game? Whatever, anyway. The game itself really doesn't matter. Like we say, I'd never fucking heard of it, so... But that doesn't change the fact that, Puyo had been a very naughty boy. So, yeah. Naughty, very naughty. Is it turn-based too? I think so, yeah. One is the one you see, one is a MOBA. Right, okay. Yo, what's going on there? Whatever, anyway. They've copied the cutscene. That's for sure. Naughty guys. Naughty. Is that from the Sunday trailer? Yes, it is. Yes, yeah. 2.7, yeah, 3.0 is the next patch. Okay, all right, okay. We're looking at Huyo ran out of creativity for real. You're gonna play Girls Frontline 2? I was. But this image lied to me, right? There's an updated one. I'm in the How Play servers, and guess what? Because I'm a second-class citizen now, that's how bad it's got, you know? I don't get to play it until Friday. So, I mean, the 5th, sorry. The 5th. So, you know, fuck me, I guess. So, yeah, sucks. So, you guys in America, and hey, you know, if you're right next door in Ireland, you get to play it right now. You can have a little goon. You can coom all you like in the dorm. You can look at your doll's feet if you want to. Where I can't. Because, you know, I've got no rights, apparently, according to Girls Frontline 2. So, he's kind of funny second-class citizen, right, dude? Got region cooked, straight up. I'm playing it right now. What? Just rub it in. Just rub it in, man. What's going on anyway, Noble? Welcome to the stream. So, yeah, this is a lie. This is just lies. All lies. So, yeah, I don't know if there's an updated. Let me see if I can find a proper image. That ain't right. That ain't right. There we go. It is the real one. Revised. Revised. Okay, it's been revised because Reddit's always truthful, isn't he? You know, it's the best place to go for if you want true information, actually, is Reddit. Did I try VPN? Nah, I'll just wait. I'll just wait. I guess at least I'm not in Russia, you know, because I guess they don't get it. Or North Africa. Is this, what's it, where's this? Is this, it's in Vietnam, is he? What's this here? You know? Wait a minute. So Japan as well. Oh, welcome, brothers. Welcome, brothers. Damn. See, it's so weird, isn't it? Like, it's like mental. Like, I'd like to know the reasoning. I understand that some publishers have like links in different countries and stuff, but it's so weird that a game is available in Ireland today. We literally in the UK have a land border with Ireland through Northern Ireland. And, you know, like you can't play it in Northern Ireland, but if you just go like, I don't know, round your aunties who lives in Ireland, you can play the game. What the hell? Pretty much, Noble. Pretty much. Told you JP and Korea also third world country, right? Savage. Oh, yeah, as well, man. Didn't even notice South Korea there. Well, I guess at least they're not North Korea. Because, you know, I think they've got more things to worry about, though, than Girls from Line 2. If I'm honest. I'm in Singapore and I happen to be on How Play. Right? It's like so weird, isn't it that? It's like, usually, typically, when it comes to publisher things, at least anyway, if it's available in North America with a specific publisher, it's usually available in Europe or at least Western Europe. It's so unusual that, like, is that how far Europe's fell now in Japan? Like, you know, what's going on, man? We're being mingled in with, like, Mexico and South Korea. I mean, South America, sorry, not South Korea, because, like, you know, it's wild, isn't it? It's wild. What's going on, Grimveld? So, yeah, so if you're in America, you get to play it right now. If you're in Ireland, you get to play it right now. If you're in, I think, Switzerland, you get to play it right now. Surrounded by How Play servers. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, Southeast Asia gets it. Australia gets it. Like, the 5 people in Australia who are playing it are able to play it now. And, like, the 1 person and 2 sheep are able to play it in New Zealand as well. Or, you know, Europe, nah. Nah. So, sucks to be me. You're from Australia. Oh, let's go. See you and what, the other 3 people? Imagine losing to people in Oceania too. Right? Right? Australia and Oceania usually get shafted the worst. Shoe's on the other foot now. Shoot is on the other foot. This is time you start learning Portuguese to apply for Brazilian community, right? So red means you can play the game now. Red means you literally can hop on. So I think red means you can play the game on Steam right now as well, because the game's available on Steam. But This is what happened. This is why I'm looking at games, because basically I saw that I couldn't play, and I was like, I need some retail therapy. I'm gonna go and look at some games, see if I can get some cheap games. I didn't find anything that I wanted to get really. But yeah, I was gonna do a bit of retail therapy to make myself feel better. So it's on Steam. So I don't know if it's going to become available on the 5th. I'm not too sure, but it just says to be announced now. So I think if you're in America or in any of the red areas, I think you can play on Steam now. I think, or at least anyway, you can download it from Sunburn's website and play it. If you're in the blue areas, you have to go to a different website to download it, and you can't play it till the 5th. The annoying thing is though, they've got a Twitter handle for EN. You know? Because this is what Americans like to do, innit? Got to throw some shade at you Yanks now. I'm not blaming you, obviously, because it's got nothing to do with you. But they've got the EN Twitter. And that doesn't mention anything on the EN Twitter about we separate things. Oh, let's call it the English Twitter. Well, actually, it's not for the English, you know? So, yeah, you got to download it through a separate launcher. You downloaded it through the launcher? Okay. Yeah, Metaphor's on sale. It's not a deep sale, but it's on sale, yeah. Darkest Dungeon, it's on a deep sale. I'm thinking about grabbing number 2. Still haven't played either of those games, actually. Oh, it's not available on Steam, right? Yeah, okay. See, yeah, that's what was more annoying. You'd think, I get it, I understand that, like, the Twitter's obviously for the Sunburn side of things. But it's like, at least say that. You know what I mean? Or at least have 2 separate English Twitters. They might have, I don't know. I was too lazy to look, if I'm honest. But yeah, that triggered me. That's what a lot of people said in the comments. I was like, what the fuck do you tell people, man? You know? I know, yeah, dude. Like, what? Like, what's this, like, fucking Easter Island or some shit? You know what I mean? What's this down here? What's this? Tasmania? Like, holy shit, bro. Wait, what do people in the UK call Americans? Well, if you ask certain people, they might say something not too nice. Nah, jokes. I tend to call them Yanks. Like, if I'm talking, like, I guess, less, not polite, less, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, less formal. Call them Yanks, or call them Americans. Or fat. No, jokes. Joking, America. Joking. Now I usually call them Yanks. Nah, I like America, I do. Saying that's one thing I love about YouTube, though, because I've met people from all over the world, and most people are chill. It's one thing you learn, don't you, from the internet? Obviously, there's a lot of weirdos as well. But that's what I love about the internet. Like, you realise that, like, at the end of the day, we're all the same, especially in the gaming community. We're all pretty, sad. No, but you know what I mean? Yeah, I've met loads of cool Americans, I've met loads of cool Americans doing this. I met cool people from all over the world, though. So that's one of the biggest things I love about streaming, because you get to chat to people from everywhere that you just would never, ever do in real life, you know what I mean? Unless you was on Twitter. But then, obviously, you get introduced to the really weird people. So it gives you a really bad idea of what their place is like, I guess. Wait a minute, why is this white down here? Is this water? It's not easy. It's not a lake that big in Africa, is that? Is there? It might be, actually. Maybe there is. Is there a massive lake like that in Africa? Showing off my my bad geography here. Oh, the Falklands are white as well. Wait a minute, why is the tip of, like, Argentina white as well? Is that literally, like, it's not even not available? It's like, yo, you don't exist. Like, what's the deal with that? We're not even going to bother to colour you in as not available. You matter so little, we're not even going to colour you in. No, we're not the same. Your currency is stronger than mine means I'm less able to donate to the game. The thing is, You'd think it was great. We like the pound, but it's not. Stuff just gets inflated in price. It's like you'll see stuff sometimes in America. It's like, oh, it's $30. You're like, sweet then, man. It's going to be like 22, 23 quid. Nah, it's 30 quid. So, okay, cool. Scammed, you know? It's how it be. So yeah, that sucks. I was hoping to play the game today, but I guess not. So great start to the day. Hoyo, stealing. Girls front day, girls front line are just scamming me. So yeah. Can't be asked to use a VPN. It's not that big of a deal, I guess. It is what it is. It is what it is, I suppose. I saw that, actually, Siberia. I saw that. Well, how did you get to that level? Is that like, I'm guessing the team decide who gets in and then it's voted, or was that voted on to get them to that point? I don't think they'll get anywhere. I hope they do. I even retweeted it saying, you know, go vote, because I think it's an uphill battle. Because with some of the games that are in there, you know what I mean? Like, I think to get into the top 10, even the top 5 would be really... I know, right? Yeah, I don't know why that's in there. I can understand ZZZ being in there. But, like, what the fuck's Genshin in there? Bullshit. I'm not even hating on Genshin. Like, the game's 5 years old. What's it really done this year apart from releasing Natlan? Like, come on. Sonic v Genshin Part 2. So, yeah. It's a one of them days, man. It's a one of them days. All right, I'm going to have to watch this. I'm going to have to watch this now. Man, WUA really did. WUA and Saint Tontas killed the gacha revenue chart. Like, rest in peace. They took away our PvP. I'm sad. We've got to find it somewhere else, haven't we? Somebody else needs to, like, somebody start up a new gacha revenue chart, you know? Just start it up and just, like, get it going. You know, we need that, man. We need that easier... We need that easy PvP. Can't wait for Mugen, though. Yeah, Mugen looks actually really good. Oh, actually, hold up. It's not yet, but... Need to re-up myself. Ooh. Okay. Tomorrow, well, tomorrow evening, we're going to see a trailer, I guess. Maybe some potential announcement for the closed beta test. So that's cool. Do the Players' Choice Awards always have this many nominations? I don't know, to be fair, if I'm honest, Charlie. I'm not going to lie. I've watched the Game Awards a few times back in the day, and just, you know, something to do. I don't really care too much about Game Awards. The only time I used to care about Game Awards was a bit back in the day when you get Game of the Year versions of games. You know what I mean? So you get all the deal. And I know you still get that to some degree with some games. You get all the DLC in a game, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, they don't really bother me too much, if I'm honest. Good, I'm glad it's gone. It was funny, you know what I mean? The drama that came out from it was kind of hilarious, if I'm honest. Careful not to get ahead, probably. 30 seconds, 11 minutes. I want gameplay footage. I think we will. If they tease us with another trailer like this, I'm going to be pissed, you know? I am genuinely going to be pissed, because I want to see, and I know we got in this production, disclosure of production information, that we saw gameplay that looks like it was extra gameplay, that doesn't look like it's been downgraded, shall we say, because that was my biggest worry with Project Mugen. But if they hit us with, like, another teaser, I'm going to be a little bit annoyed, because they've gone radio silent for so long. They've got to give us a good chunk of gameplay now, right? They've got to. I want to see some combat. I want to see some exploration. I also would like to, maybe I'm asking for too much here, not just see gameplay in a really PR version. I want to actually see like a clip that's longer than 5 seconds of some actual gameplay, so I can be like, okay, all right, I can see what's happening here, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Kind of like what NTE did, where we can be like, okay, I can see how the combat's kind of working here, rather than it being just like quick. Because you can make combat and gameplay look really good, can't you? If you cut it into really short segments and tie it all together, it can pretty much everything can look epic. So yeah, I want to see some proper gameplay. The play voice is 100% players vote. Yes, yeah. Who's the number one content creator? I don't know. Who is it? Oh yeah, that's the same as me. I care about the some people genuinely do care about gaming because like it's just another form of PvP for some people, isn't it? I think the game of the year stuff, I think it's less about the actual individual game itself and it's more about systems for console wars. But to be fair, I don't think an Xbox game's won game of the year for years. It's just, those guys are not eating very good. I don't think telekinesis is saving the combat. What you want about the fact that you can move? I think that's kind of cool though. I do, like, especially in the gacha space. A lot of gacha games don't have much interaction in the map, do they? You know what I mean? Like everything's pretty static for the most part. There might be like a few odd things here and there, but the idea of like breaking stuff that enemies are standing on and picking things up, throwing cars at people, like I think that's kind of cool. It's not like it's anything unique. But in the gacha space, I think it's quite unusual because, like, usually environmental design in gacha games is pretty bog standard, isn't it? And I'm counting, like, Wuthering Waves in this, everything pretty much. I dropped an image and you just one artist to another. Who the fuck's that? Not me. In my Discord, you want about me now, or you want about somebody else? I ain't no artist. In my Discord DM. I don't see. Last image I've got off you is an image of the launcher. Or have you put it into like into the server? Yeah, no. Oh, there we go. It's come through now. Hold up. I just want to make sure. I don't know if you want people seeing this. Yeah, I like that. Is that going to be like your channel header? Yeah. Yeah, I like that actually. Exile's Lawley Zone. Yeah, that looks sick. Yeah, I like that. Very good, very nice. I did enter. I was gonna say what there. Yeah, man. I like it. I like it. All right, let's watch this fucking video then, shall we? Let's have a look. I'm gonna bite. I want to see. Wuthering Waves ruined the gacha revenue report. Okay. All right. They did kill it. It did kill it. Saint and Wuthering Waves definitely killed it off. Sag times. Let's have a look then.
There's been a ton of stuff going.
Shit, my headset's gone off. There's no audio coming through to my headset for like 2 minutes. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna bounce. Nah, I think it'll look really nice when it's on the channel. I think it'll look really nice when it's on the channel. All right then. Wuthering Waves ruined the gacha revenue report.
Okay, so there's been a ton of stuff.
My headset still hasn't come on. My headset still hasn't come on. What? Okay, I think it's paired now.
Okay, so there's
There
been
we
a
go.
ton of stuff going on in the gacha community recently,
Bro wants to
and
get milked
boy,
again.
it's just got even more stupid. At the time of recording this video, it's the 2nd of December, which usually...
Yeah, Kurobot's doing his job properly, right? Dude went to war, was not fucking around, you know what I mean? Might be a small army, but it's a powerful army, right?
If you know about anything to do with the gacha community, around the 1st of every month, we usually have the gacha revenue chart, which is like a kind of like gacha PvP thing, which obviously a ton of people in the community make jokes about, which shows off a ton of revenue about some of the gacha games that are out at the moment, and overall a ton of content creators like to farm it and make content on it. And well, a ton of people that are prepared to make content on the current kind of gacha revenue chart at the moment, well, they were quite surprised whenever they were met with this. This is the main page for Sensor Tower, which is where they get all of their data from, which is something that I do.
I got a hat as well. I went to look the other day. It was actually off stream. I was like, oh, let's have a look at the revenue. Actually, it might have been on stream. Whatever, anyway. I was like, I'm going to have a look at the revenue. I'm curious. And yeah, and I got debated straight to Sense Tower.
I want to kind of clarify, there is a big difference between the gacha revenue chart and also Sensor Tower, because again, I know, you know, a lot of people call it the Sensor Tower chart or something like that, but let's just be real here. The gacha revenue chart and Sensor Tower, they are not affiliated. The gacha revenue chart does use data from Sensor Tower, but Sensor Tower doesn't, you know, exactly endorse the gacha revenue chart or anything like that. It was just some random guy on Reddit kind of making this and made a whole website about it. But what this kind of seems like is that the gacha revenue chart itself has actually just died and it's gone off the face of the earth. Now, obviously, a lot of people are speculating that this might be due to a recent video by Saint Tontas talking about the Sensor.
Do you reckon? Because like, I don't feel like that dude just deleted it because Saint made a video, right? Do you reckon somebody's like threatening this dude? Or like doxed him or something, and dude's just been like, you know what, this is not worth it for me. This is not worth it. You know? I feel like something like that probably happened. Like, people started to, because like probably for the longest time, people was just like, well, that's Sensor Tower, and then realised, oh, it wasn't. It's this guy. Fuck him. You know? Not saying that's good. I reckon that's got to what's happened though, because the fact that the website's just gone, you know, I feel like some crazies have been acting crazy.
The Tower report is a scam. Now, obviously, you know, this whole video points
Legend says Dwayne pulled the funding for gacha revenue.
out a lot of the flaws with the gacha revenue chart, and it caused a lot of content creators to kind of stop actually reacting to some of this stuff, just mainly based off of some of the kind of...
Honestly, for me, the revenue chart was always just a bit of fun. It was a bit of PvP. As I said before, the data, I hate to keep saying this, but we're talking about it. The data is incorrect. It's not right. Depending on the degree of how incorrect it is, could vary. You know, sometimes it might be quite accurate at the end of the day. Sometimes it might be drastically inaccurate. But the idea that content creators would stop reacting to it because Daddy Saint said no, bad, and then people were like, okay, that's kind of odd, if you ask me. You know. I have no issue with Saint. I actually quite like some of the content he makes, and I must admit, I think his streams recently, I've been enjoying his streams. But it's a bit weird that people would. I don't think that's why they stopped reacting to it. Really, come on. If you did, then that's kind of weird.
multipliers and things like that. Now, obviously, I've been one of those people that have, you know, said that, you know, I'm going to stop covering it and that I'll probably cover a different source because I don't have a problem with gacha revenue as a whole. I think, you know, finding out how a gacha game is doing is great, but I did have a problem with that particular chart, so I was going to find a different source, which I did. I went and found a different source. If you saw my video the other day, I actually talked about some of the revenue that was going on in November.
Why not just use Sensor Tower then? Like, it's like I say, it's because this idea that what because Saint says he's got an issue with Sensor Tower, which is not Sensor Tower, it's the report itself. Oh well, let's go use that magic instead then. Why? Like, why not just use Sensor Tower data themselves? You know, maybe go subscribe to them. I think you can only do 5 searches, can't you? And then you have to pay for it. Maybe at Magic's free. Probably that's why he's used it. I would imagine. But why go look for other sources if they're more correct? You know?
But if you wanted to still make videos on gacha revenue chart and everything like that, then obviously I respect what you're doing. And honestly, you know, there's a lot of people that just are out there to get that bag. And I think they're basing it off of these kind of estimates, whether they be real or as accurate as possible. It doesn't really matter. It's just a bit of fun for everybody every single month. But that isn't the case anymore, as it's been taken down. And we're going to be going through some other stuff that's actually gone on in the kind of community and the kind of domino effect that this has had, and how creators and other kind of games and stuff are kind of reacting to this. So if you're new here, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.
I did see, what was it, Legions was having a mask off moment, wasn't he? We watched the Tectone video yesterday, and I agree with pretty much everything the Tectone was saying in that video, if I'm honest. I don't know why Legion was getting so mad about it, because you know, he actually accused Pokey of farming the gacha revenue for content, and then admitted to farming himself in accusing Pokey of farming, which is like, what? I don't know why people get so mad about it. The thing as well that I've noticed is that a lot of the people who really have a problem with the gacha revenue chart themselves, and beyond, like, the brain rot memes and all that sort of stuff, because like I say, that's fine, like, you know, it's just a bit of fun at the end of the day for me when it comes to the revenue side of things. But I've noticed Glazers really don't like it, whether they're Glazers whatever game, you know what I mean? Which is kind of funny, because I've seen them use arguments on Twitter talking about that it creates animosity between communities. And it's just like, you literally fucking thrive on that content yourself. What are you on about?
And also go to my Twitch, where I'm going to be live pretty much every single day now, because again, I've been really stepping up my game with my Twitch. It'll be down in the link in the description or down in the comment down below. Again, we'll be streaming, you know, most days of the week, so I definitely recommend coming to go check me out. But let's get back into the video. So obviously with this Sensor Tower thing being down, this caused a lot of people to kind of panic and be like, well, where can I actually get my revenue data from?
In gacha reacting content, nobody's clean, all farming here and there. Exactly. That's the way I see it, man, you know? End of the day, we all do it. We all farm. Whatever way of farming it is, you know what I mean? Whatever particular niche you're into, when you're on YouTube, you're attempting to farm, you know? Whether it's through making really good content and putting lots of time and effort into it, you're still farming, man. You're trying to get those views for whatever reason it is. I think when people try and get on the high horse about it, wait a minute. That's not the kind of content you should be allowed to make views on, though.
That's a video that I had planned ruined. Well, it seems like a lot of other content creators have found alternatives because, again, there are so many, and we've got things like Mr. Pokey here, who actually went straight to Sensor Tower itself. Now, I think the Sensor Tower does have a subscription, so this is why a lot of people just don't go to Sensor Tower directly. Again, they've got, like, sign up free, which, again, I don't...
It's because it's typically used by companies. This is what I was saying before, you know, when people was freaking out about Sensor Tower, and when I says, I don't think it's a scam. I don't think it's correct. But there's a lot of companies that you see on screen right now, Warner Brothers, Hershey's, Activision Blizzard, ByteDance, use Sensor Tower in whatever reason. I don't know. They might not use it that much. It might be just a bit of advertisement going on and intercompany mingling to make it look more reliable, I guess. But the fact of the matter is, companies do use Sensor Tower for marketing data, basically, you know what I mean? And that doesn't mean it's accurate, but it probably is a good indicator of trends, like I've said before, because I don't think companies would really use it if it wasn't useful to them to some degree. Now, the levels of usefulness, obviously, we could argue that that's definitely a thing. That's why I don't understand why people used to got so mad over it, really. Then it's just whatever.
Don't know how accurate that is. I think you do have to pay to get a little bit more analytics and stuff like that. But Mr. Pokey goes through this, and I think he also goes through another kind of video for CN revenue.
Pay to win PvP in Sensor Tower. I farm onions because I hate myself and love to cry. Where's my easy content money? I'd like to know that,
Seems like
actually.
he's come up with a good alternative. And also, we go to Tectone over here as well. He kind of covered a Reddit post which has like a kind of like makeshift one.
I think that might be correct as
now,
well,
again,
Charlie.
I don't really know how accurate either of these are, but I think there will be a problem in the future that a lot of people are going to be using a lot of different sources, and maybe this could cause...
Well, they're never going to be truly accurate, because if you look into the sort of what they do, they basically look at, I think they... Obviously, when you're using apps on your phone, that data gets shared, doesn't it? Depending on the app, the variety of information gets shared. It's depending, isn't it? You know, it's varying degrees from whether it's just when you download to when you delete, or to when you're actually using the app, or to varying degrees of what you're actually doing within the app, whether the app's monitoring other stuff on your phone, all that sort of stuff. And companies like Sensor Tower gain that information. You know, when this information gets sent off, you know, when it gets sent off to third parties, basically what those apps do and these websites do, this is how they make the money. They sell your information. Companies like Sensor Tower are probably there farming that information themselves. They then run that through algorithms, compare it with other stuff going on, and they can then come up with a sort of estimate of what they think the spending habits of people are. Now, we all know the algorithms and these sort of estimates are probably incorrect, but let's not pretend that algorithms nowadays are getting incredibly complex and powerful. And, you know, YouTube and Google are perfect examples of kind of predicting the sort of content you want to watch and want to ingest just from your previous interactions, you know what I mean? So, like, they know when you're using apps, they know what sort of apps you're using, they probably know when you're topping up certain apps as well, you know, in on iOS or on Apple and all this sort of stuff to some degree. They're probably not knowing exactly when you're spending, of course, but I think they can probably infer some sort of estimations that probably, I would think, are probably not that far off, if I'm honest. If I'm genuinely honest. That's why I always used to say, when you look at the revenue chart, just look at it as a trend. The numbers are going to be way off, but the trend's probably right, you know? Let's just say number one on the revenue chart was 20 million ahead of number two. Probably a good chance that that is number one and number two. But let's say like number two and let's say number three and number four, there's a difference of like $1 million. Because of it being an estimation, that could mean that, you know, 3 and 4 switch with each other kind of thing. So that's why I never really took the numbers to exact amounts. But one thing I will note with a lot of content creators, that 1 minute they'll say the revenue charts are bullshit, but then when they talk about specific games in their videos regarding and relating to like the news, they'll relate to revenue earnings. And it's like, well, where are you getting your revenue earnings from? The same place you told everybody else that they're stupid if they listen to those numbers. So why are you reporting the revenue? Why am you reporting the revenue?
A little bit of contention and a bit of like infighting, because obviously people are going to be like, no, my source is more accurate and stuff like that. Because if we can see, just for example, Wuthering Waves, the game that I kind of cover on this channel, it's got 17.250 million, which again, if we go over to Mr. Pokey, we can go see the final rankings that he's put up here. We can see that he's actually put Wuthering Waves at over 20 million. I think it's like 23 million, something along those lines. Whereas that on 17 million. I mean, that's a big gap. That's about $6 million.
One thing we can all say anyway is, if a game's on PC and it's on PlayStation and or whatever, we've got no idea anyway, because we don't get those numbers at all, do we? So we can infer other numbers, but we ain't gonna get the other numbers, you know? Wuthering Waves, Zenless, Genshin, Star Rail. If it's on PC and it's on console, you haven't even got really the trend then, because you just ain't got a clue. You know what I mean?
They've missed out there. So again, it's kind of like a case of which one's right and stuff like that. Now, obviously, I use App Magic, which is telling me 10.
I don't know what's worse, man. The Sensor Tower Gacha report, or the fact that Tectone's painting his nails black. Like, what's going on there?
$1 million, which obviously this is because App Magic doesn't use any kind of multipliers and stuff. And I'm sure that Mr. Pokey has gone through and checked the kind of CN data and everything like that, which is something that App Magic don't actually do. And this just gives you the straight up facts rather than like not really multiplying it.
Oh, the facts now. Oh, okay. All right. Even though, like on Sensor Tower, they talk about the estimation and how they come to these numbers. The facts.
Whereas I think Mr. Pokey, I think like this is actual accurate CN revenue data. So I think this might actually be even more accurate than what we've seen. I don't really know. I haven't really watched the video in like detail or anything like that. So again, I'm not sure how accurate the data is. But again, it's going to cause a little bit of an issue maybe in the future of which one is ever going to use. And are people going to argue over different sets of data?
One thing that blew me away on that App Magic video, not the App Magic video, the Pokey video, obviously, again, numbers taken with a grain of salt. Fucking PUBG did over $200 million in 1 month. Whether or not that's near the number, it's still a massive number if you take a few % off either way. That's insane. $200 million for fucking PUBG Mobile. Wild. I was shocked. What was it? Was it number 2, Pete? PUBG? I think it was, yeah. And then that fucking like MOBA game was number 1, wasn't it? If I remember correctly. That shocked me. I couldn't believe that. I think like wasn't League of Legends doing like 80 odd million or something as well?
Especially numbers. If they're very different.
Absolutely
because
ridiculous.
Although I do, dislike the Gacha revenue chart and some of the kind of, multiplying and stuff like that they've done, they did actually provide.
Right, Charlie, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if it's like, let's say that the numbers were way off, it's still a massive amount of money. It's PvP, but obviously, I've only ever, well, like I said before, I played PUBG Mobile on an emulator a couple of times just to fucking shit on mobile players because I thought it was funny. But like, I've played for a while now. I play PUBG on PC. Beyond skins, like, what's generating all that revenue? Skins, battle pass, weapon skins, character skins, maybe some crossover stuff. Like, what's generating all that cash? That's crazy to me.
Provide a really good just one-stop place for everybody to react to and get the same data, whereas this might be a little bit confusing in the future. Now, I'm sure someone's going to come out with something like a gacha revenue chart, almost similar to that in the future.
Gacha revenue to the re-revenuing, something like that. That's what they should call it. Gacha revenue 2. They should get that domain. They should lock it down. That will be cool. I'll be in for that.
Yeah. So again, we just have to wait until next month. It's only a matter of time before someone takes over. But what this actually caused was a ton of fighting between creators as well. And we're just going to go to Legions, which, well, that's not good. But let's just go to the post here, because thanks to Elon Musk, I can actually see every post anyways. What Legions Gaming says here,
I was going to say now, when you block somebody on Twitter, it just stops them interacting with you or something. Yeah, you can actually see the post now, can't you?
Actually,
Gacha revenue
Mr. Pokey and
remastered.
says,
Boom.
Bro is literally the
Get that
go-to
locked
guy
in.
for fake news for Gacha. I wish y'all would stop covering this dog shit. It's not even real numbers, it's literally made up. It just makes the Gacha space way more toxic and tribalistic than it already is. Now, obviously you can see there's a lot of problems with this tweet.
See, like, this is the thing, though, I don't have a problem with it, because I don't really care. It's not a major problem. But this is the thing that I will say. When content creators say this shit, it causes tribalism, but then you'll watch their content and they're like glazing games so hard and like pitting it against each other really bad, which is fine. I've got no issue with comparing games and pitting them against each other. But then when you say, oh, gacha revenues PvP, or, you know, making a video about this game and it shits on this game isn't PvP. It's like, come on, man, let's not be naive, you know what I mean?
First of all, these are two creators, you know, there's no point in actually going after Mr. Pokey here, because there literally isn't any point. Like, what's Mr. Pokey gonna do? And Mr. Pokey actually replied to this with a devs listen thing. Like, bro just does not care at all. And it seems like with a lot of what Legions does, he just gets very angry at like the most minuscule topics. And even though in his tweet he says, I wish y'all would stop covering this dog shit, it's not even real numbers and stuff like that, we can actually see here through a tech tone VOD, because he deleted the video in the end. He's got a video called Zealous Zone Zero Broke Records, which again, as you can probably tell, he goes
Yeah, I'm thinking about this. Do you know what this just made me think about? I watched Summer Saint, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday, I think. I watched part of Saint Tontas's video, and I think I watched a little bit of him live. It wasn't like Saint going off on some dude in his comments who was, isn't it one of Fox's main viewers? Is it Arthur? I forgot his name. Arthur something, yeah. When I saw the video, I was like, I've seen that name before. He was up in Saint's comment section, yeah. Like PvPing in the comment section hard. I was like, what's he doing? And then when I came into Fox's stream today, I saw him. I was like, it is, yeah. What am I tripping?
through the revenue chart and talks about it. So
That
it's
just
a
made me
little
laugh.
hypocritical what he's saying there, because again, he has covered it in the past.
Yeah, I think that's
and he's
it, Neil,
saying,
yeah.
I wish y'all would stop covering this. It's saying that it makes the gacha space way more toxic and tribalistic than it already is. Well, you've just contributed to that toxic.
Yeah, let me get it up. Oh no, where is it? I think was it? Shit, which one was he? Give me a second. Was it one of his live streams? I don't know if it was. I think it might have been one of his live streams actually. Gacha PvP is dead. Maybe it's this one.
The end result, when you have no skip
Think
button,
it's
is the
this one.
absolute disaster. Is that being said, Pentagon did story alters. This was the most.
It might not have been
Okay.
Arthur who was going off so
Okay.
much. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was. I swear the name.
Only AAA games that stop putting skips long time. It's more. Oh Jesus Christ! Enough people who
Yeah, that's
Again.
right. Yeah,
guys.
that's right,
This
isn't he?
requires him.
It's the same guy.
This,
Yeah.
This is something that has not happened, right? And this guy has to go ahead and literally make this up. Like he's putting mental effort.
me,
like he's putting.
I'll
he's
link
putting,
ya.
like, you know.
So if you
like,
wanna check it out, you
basically
can check
he's
it
doing,
out
like
on your-
creative work
On your own.
just
right?
to make things up and make me look bad. This is also somebody again that supports the skip
I
button.
can't remember because like I was doing other stuff as well. I don't know if it was Arthur or it was somebody else. that was like,
Bending
there was in his comment section hard.
like from CB, just move on. Entirely a different game. Could have stuck that
Yeah, I think he was like arguing with people for ages.
later, Kiana. You're gonna notice like the trap that whole with my
He's up in the comment section multiple times. It's funny. That's funny. He's like, yeah, okay. I was lurking in Fox's stream for a bit today, and him and Straight was arguing with people loads, weren't they?
Toxic and tribalistic mentality. Now, again, overall, I don't really care if people cover it or not. I don't think people.
Yeah, I genuinely think, like, to be fair, a lot of the stuff that he was saying in the video when I was watching, I think there was kind of fair takes to a degree. I feel like, though, I don't know if he's live streamed before. I think there's a potential mask off moment going to happen, and I'm so here for it. I don't know if it is. He will, like, you know, because he seems quite a reasonable dude, really. But I just feel like it might happen. And I'm so here for it. Because at the end of the day, I don't even see it as serious shit. Most shit that happens on YouTube isn't a big deal anyway. You know, unless you're doing some fucking creepy shit, and we all know what that creepy shit is. Like, content creators arguing with each other. That's why I never get, like, hurt in my feelings about it. Like, when content creators say or do stuff, because I'm like, at the end of the day, man, it's just content. You know? So what? They said something that you didn't like. And they're probably a nice person, really. Straight was arguing me, pissed me off so bad. Oh, dude, Straight will go on forever, man. Will go on forever. I'm sure he has in my comment sections before, like, going on with me, like, constantly linking me videos to prove that, like, animations are better in Genshin than Wuthering Waves. It's like, okay, bro, I get it. I get it. You know? I get it. You like the game. It's cool. It's cool, man.
Be, like, kind of guilting people for covering certain things. I don't really care what another gacha content creator's covering. But again, if Legions doesn't want to cover it on his own, then I totally get that. That's totally fine.
Exactly,
if
yeah.
he doesn't, like, you know, agree with the gacha revenue chart or covering revenue as a whole, then
Exactly. I said this, you know, if you, you know, even like go back to stuff like Fox, if you compared games before but don't want to do it now, that's fine. And if you did gacha revenue chart reacts but don't now, that's fine. But then don't get mad that other people do it. It's not a cardinal sin to react to the gacha revenue chart. Like, you know, you're not stealing handbags off old ladies at the end of the day. It's like, it's no reason to get in your feels about what other content creators are doing in regards to the gacha revenue. It's like, okay, all right, yep, probably does start PvP, and people need to probably not get so angry about video games, really.
then sure. But going after other people like Mr. Pokey for this is just like, what is even the point, man? You're just making people hate you even more just because you have an opinion about this kind of thing. It's like, bro, there's no point. And again, he makes more tweets saying, I haven't talked about that garbage chart in months, which, you know, was a reply to Fobmaster saying that we can finally have some peace now that the gacha revenue chart is gone, which again, I think is kind of funny.
The irony, the gacha revenue chart is dead. You know, it's like, the king is dead. The king is dead. Long live the king. It's like, okay, the PvP started again. People are arguing now. The gacha revenue chart's dead. Well, let's just argue anyway. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, these people who claim that the toxicity in the community is created by things like these, they're reveling the toxicity. They're reveling the PvP. To pretend otherwise is just crazy, really. Just accept it, man. You know, it's part of it, really, isn't it?
But it just seems like he's got this whole complex at the moment of being like better than everyone else because he hasn't covered it in a couple of months. He's like, okay, bro. Like, it's kind of crazy. And also, it's crazy the fact that he literally deleted.
Bro Cyber's trolley legit said I'm mad because I couldn't refute him. Yeah, I think he is a little bit. It's either that or, like, you know, because he's been in my comment section at my chat a few times. Like, just banging on. Like, dude, you guys know Iango, right? You know Iango's like, dude makes videos. He's deadpan sarcasm. He kind of takes the piss in his videos. we were watching one of Iango's videos. Dude was in chat and he was like, I gotta bounce, man. I can't listen to this dude. He's just like, I can't remember what he called him now. And if he called him a Hoyo hater or something like, he was like, can you not see this guy's taking the piss, bro? He's joking, man. It's not serious, bro. But I think it pissed him off to the point he just bounced out the stream. I was like, damn, I need to watch more Iango videos. Yo, Stutzer, what's going on, dude?
The video of him reacting to the gacha revenue chart after someone like Tectone reacted to it. Like, you could have at least said, hey, I'm taking down all these videos because I disagree with Sensor Tower, or I disagree with the gacha revenue chart, but you didn't. You literally just took them down silently and just like, oh, I hope no one saw that I actually covered the revenue chart like a couple months ago. That would be kind of hypocritical of me, wouldn't it? Like,
No.
and then, yeah, he just...
No, that's where I don't agree there. I don't agree that, let's just use the gacha revenue chart because that's what we're talking about. Let's say 6 months ago, you reacted to the gacha revenue chart, right? And you divulged in the PvP, let's say. And then now you've decided that that's not me. I don't want to do that for whatever reason, right? That's not being hypocritical. That isn't being hypocritical. If you said that you shouldn't do it, and I'm not going to do it, and then you do it, different thing. This is where, like before, I defended Fox a little bit when people were calling him a hypocrite, because comparing something and then saying, you know what, I don't want to do that anymore. And then people saying, well, your past actions make you a hypocrite. It's like, well, I don't think that's how things work. If you do it after the fact, you do something that you said you wasn't going to do after you've said you wasn't going to do it. That makes you a hypocrite. But then like going after Mr. Pokey and then even admitting you were farming Mr. Pokey and you're angry at the fact that he's farming the gacha revenue, that then makes you a hypocrite then. So I don't think doing something in the past and then deciding you don't want to do it anymore that's just growth, isn't it? You know, not that I'm saying that the gacha revenue reactions are bad, because I don't think they are, but you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's like I don't know, let's say you were a drug addict and then you get clean and you start going around schools talking to kids about how they shouldn't do drugs, or you were involved in gang crime and then you go around schools talking about how you shouldn't get involved in gang crime. You're not a hypocrite. You've grown, you've learnt. If you then start sniffing drugs again while you're telling the kids not to do drugs, then maybe, you know? Or you start shooting up fucking corner shops after you've said the kids, like, look, man, I've grown, I'm a different person now. Then you're a hypocrite. Like, growth is a normal factor of being a person. Not that it's really growth, because it's not like he was doing something bad in the first place.
Deleted
Dude
it.
decided to move
again,
on.
Kind of crazy from that, but I don't want to dote on Legions for too long because I'm gonna be real, bro is just a dumbass. He's done this so many times, and it's just kind of become a monthly thing, which is kind of funny to be honest. Like, bro, we have a monthly Legions crash out, which I think a lot of people in this community kind of enjoy. I just enjoy seeing him get angry over the smallest little thing. Now, obviously, Gacha Smack actually made a kind of like indirect response to this by saying, if you are salty because content creators are farming revenue numbers for a quick bag, then you must be wearing a diaper. Y'all don't get to be fake as fuck, delusional, and glaze these gacha games.
Could have just talk to Mr. Pokey in private. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, might as well. But at the same time, why? What's the point? To tell him that he shouldn't be doing it. Even then, it's just like, leave him be and let him do what he's doing. If you're getting butthurt about it, if you're like, for me, if you're getting angry about a content creator reacting to something that really doesn't matter, I can understand being like, this isn't the content for me. That's fair, because I know there's a lot of people who come into my community and like, I don't care about that the revenue stuff. I don't want to watch it. I get that. Perfectly normal thing to do. But to get angry to the point where you feel like you're going to crash out on somebody and you need to DM them, I need to take you to the side here, man. It's like, I think you've got the problem there, in my opinion. You know what I mean? You can only take offense. You can't give it. What somebody else does isn't like inherently offensive. You have to take offense to it. And that's like, you know, obviously there's things that you'd argue that's different, but obviously we're talking about extremes here. You know what I mean?
24/7, then bitch about one video a
I think
month.
it was Ricky Gervais who said that about jokes, like when somebody said your jokes are offensive, and he was like, to who? You know? You can take offense, but I ain't giving offense.
Talking about numbers while you spend every day promoting, playing, and gassing up gacha garbage and profiting from it. You are every bit the reason that these communities suck. In fact, you're the even bigger catalyst. Get off that
I
high
agree with
horse,
Gacha,
get your
yeah.
bag, and shut the fuck up. That's
I
to
agree with
any
Gacha.
CC viewer and spectator who thought they were actually outside of muddy waters, which again, that's completely true. Gacha Smack has really hit that nail on the head there, and
He said you can be offended, but that doesn't mean right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've heard him say both actually. I can't remember where I heard him say that quote before about about taking offense. Yeah, it's right as well. You know, being that's the thing we've got into nowadays, haven't we? That if you show your offence, because we cow down to people when they get offended nowadays, that somehow that you've got the virtue of being correct by that, and it's like that's not how things work.
A lot of what Legions is saying kind of adds up to what Gachas Mac was saying, you're salty for. But again, it is kind of funny, and obviously a lot of content creators replied to this being like, yeah, true. Like, there were some people kind of angry, being like, oh, I don't like the revenue chart. And that's one thing as well. I've had a lot of comments on my videos being like, why are you covering gacha revenue in general? Not the revenue chart, by the way. Just like revenue, like in general. They say, I don't care. Even though they clicked on a video that had revenue in the title and revenue in the thumbnail, and you still come over to click on the video, comment, why are you still talking about this? Like, bro, you are the one who clicked on this video. I didn't clickbait you into kind of clicking on something that appeared like it didn't look like it was gacha revenue or anything like that.
True. But I've been baited by Kaza. I've definitely been milked. I've been farmed.
That you knew exactly what you're getting into, and now you're complaining about it. And it seems like
What was it? What was it? Hold up. I definitely did get farmed here. Where was it? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I got farmed. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Wuthering Waves reveals massive PS5 update details. Massive update details for the PlayStation 5. Wuthering Waves have revealed huge details. If Mr. Polk was here, nuclear details. Do you know what those details were? There's a bundle for $7.99 coming on the PlayStation Store for Wuthering Waves. Oh, insane, you know? It's like, come on, man. Fucking 11 minutes to tell me that there's a $7.99 pack on the PlayStation Store for a game coming out. My life was changed.
That's a big thing that's been happening, and that's, I think, why he says, like, viewers and spectators as well, because, again, there's been people that...
And again, I'm not hating on Kaza for that. Hey, respect the grind. I respect the grind, man. Don't hate the player, you know? It's the game, man. It's the game.
Being like, oh, why are you making a video on the revenue?
I definitely got debated.
And it's kind of enjoyable to see, how a gacha game is doing. Now, as for the gacha revenue chart and everything like that, again, I don't think we're going to see it coming back up, and I never really liked it in the first place. That's why I do use these different sources now to actually give me a little bit more of a kind of more accurate, not completely accurate, by the way. This is
Actually, I've got to call him out here. Why is Magic more accurate? He might have a valid reason why. What's the why is Magic more? He did say that, right? I don't want to misquote him.
And I never really liked it in the first place. That's why I do use these different, and it's kind of enjoyable to see, how a gacha game is doing.
What's he about the
now,
gacha
as for
revenue?
the gacha revenue chart and everything like that, again, I don't think we're going to see it coming back up, and I never really liked it in the first place. That's
okay,
why
he's talking about the revenue chart. Okay, fair. Okay, I'll take it back.
Do use these different sources now to actually give me a little bit more
Okay, all right, I'll take that back. My bad. He was actually talking about the revenue chart. That's fair.
of a kind of more accurate, not completely accurate, by the way. This isn't 100% accurate.
No, I
but
agree.
a
He's
more
right.
accurate kind of representation of the revenue, but it is kind of
I
just
should have let him cook.
disappointing that we won't be able to see any of this PvP anytime soon. Maybe it'll come out more in the future, and maybe, maybe the website will be back up by the time this video comes out. But for now, gacha revenue PvP is dead. And there's a lot of people happy, and there's a lot of people sad at the same time. Yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Do you think that, gacha revenue chart was a good thing for the community, or do you think that it created a big toxic environment and that, it's one of the worst things to happen to the community? Because there's a lot of people who think one side and there's a lot of people who think the other. But yeah, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And
It's
also
a PvP chart, the worst thing to happen to the community. How about that? End of the day, most of us are Genshin refugees anyway, ain't we? So we're all one and the same. Yo, Kira, what's going on, dude? That argument is BS. These titles are designed to farm idiots into clicking, just say, cry about it in his comments. Exactly. I think directly at the player when it comes to him. Happy birthday. Oh, is it PlayStation's birthday, is it? Hey, let's go. First PlayStation I have never bought is the PS5. Quite monumental for me because I've had every single console pretty much day one apart from the PS1. I had that, I don't know how long after launch, actually. At the Christmas it came out, though. Yeah, definitely, I agree. I respect it, I do. I respect it, you know what I mean? Dude's a master farmer. I wish I knew the way. I wish I had the powers. Do you know what I mean? To be able to turn 30 seconds of information into an 11-minute video. Respectable. It's free. It's free on the PlayStation 5. It's just that it's a bundle. It's a bundle. DSP does it all the time. DSP's on a whole level, like a different level, isn't he? Like the gacha space are amateurs in compared to people like Darkside Phil, you know? There's levels to this game. And Phil's in a different stratosphere.
After we
And then
lose
you
this
have-
match, you guys don't get to pick the map again. I'll pick what I want to play.
You have your boy.
Come on. Oh, come on.
The 39-year-old man baby. Do you know what somebody said to him on stream the other day? he was acting like a child, basically, a child. He was getting really angry. And obviously, you've seen what he looks like. He was doing this, like he was, what was that? The what's it now? The what was it called now? Jigglypuff or whatever her name was called. You know, that woman who got really mad at like a town hall meeting or something. And she was like shaking her bingo wings. He was getting really mad in game, and somebody was like, dude, like, you need to like start acting your age. You act like a child for a 39-year-old. Do you know what his response to that was? What's going what's the amount of times you've gone round the sun got to do with how mature you should act? It's like quite a lot, actually, bro. You know, quite a lot. His argument was like, hey, well, it don't matter if I'm 39. What's that got to do with how mature I should be? So, okay, all right. You know, based clapback. How do you argue with that? I know, yeah. That's farming. That is right. That is true. Stutzer. New streamer gets a new PC. Hey guys, got a new PC. Might even tag it in the video. New PC, new setup. Now feels like, right, how do we turn this into the money? Wings ain't gonna make it to 50. Do you know what I saw was a absolute shocking depiction of how the West is now? What is his name, man? Literally having to it worked as well. Okay, I forgot the dude's name because obviously, you know, I've never heard of him, if I'm honest. I literally used Fat Singer on stage Oxygen on Twitter to find this. I think this is a perfect example of where we're at now in the West. Like, what the hell? You know, dude's got an oxygen tank to come and sit on a couch to rap. Telling Snoop Dogg to get off his dick as well or something, because I think Snoop Dogg said to put the chicken wings down. It's like, I don't even think Snoop Dogg could get on that. You know what I mean? Like, not the best look, is it really? You know what I mean? Nick avocado artwork. Dude, that was I've got to give respect to Nick for that. That was like a master plan, wasn't he? You know, dude recorded, what was it, 2 years of content, and then lost weight while people still thought he was fat, and then literally overnight did a reveal of how much weight he's lost. Like, I was so head cabbaged by that at first before I found out that he recorded 2 years worth of content. I was like, what's happening? What is going on? Did he have a twin brother all along who was just obese? Like, what is this? That was insane, that was. I thought, like, he'd recorded a video from years ago or somebody was like, he can't because he looks a little bit older and he looks modern. It's like, what? That was crazy. Hasn't he just gone straight back to mukbang? Like, isn't he just going to get fat again?
Hey guys.
Yeah, like, actually wild how much weight he's lost. Like, I respect that. Like, he's doing, like, mukbangs and stuff again. Like, isn't he just going to get fat again? Yeah, dude, he dropped the weight. He dropped the weight, man. Insane. Like, I couldn't believe it. When I watched it, I was just like, have I just been duped all along? Where is it? Get to his channel.
I'm making this video for me to look
What is
back
it
on
with
in the future.
YouTube? How I fooled the internet. Where was the initial? Yeah, 2 steps ahead.
See how long? 2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead.
This was legit
from a
impressive.
very
Impressive in my opinion. So like if you go to that video, right? That video, the previous video that came out 9 months behind that, I guess. No, wait a minute, let's get to videos because that's home. So yeah. Oh, no, thumbnail, man. That was a video, so there was 7 months difference in between those 2 videos. But like this content was all like pre-recorded, I think, in batches. Those thumbnails are just making me feel ill. I think that's actually like you know, that's like Riddler type shit or something. I'm working up to a massive on-screen reveal where everyone will learn that I'm seriously a fat fuck, having carefully given off the impression that I'm a bronzed Adonis. So, yeah, man. I think that was impressive, I do. I think that was very impressive. All right. Let's have a look here. What we got to look at. I did slap some stuff into the watch later. That thumbnail of Nick Avocado still on my my shit. Get that gone. Heaven's Burn Red is better than Honkai Star Rail. All right. Okay. All right. I'm interested. Hold up. I just need to go and get myself a drink. What's 2 steps ahead, bro. Quit yesterday. Resignation letters on your desk, bro. Get on my level.
Heaven burns.
All right. Right then, it's been a while since we watched a bit of a Yango, but I'm here for it. Preemptive like, Heaven Burns Red is better than Honkai Star Rail. Holy PvP. Let's have a look, shall we?
Heaven Burns Red is a better anime mobile game than Honkai Star Rail, and unfortunately, I was not paid to say this. Now, before we get into it, let's be clear. The top normie Chinese...
I love Yango's deadpan delivery in his videos. It's moi. Brilliant.
Anime mobile games have all been dead the past couple months.
You never heard of Heaven's Burn Red? It looks actually okay. If you're going to look at like in terms of a visual aspect, you'd probably be like, oh, I don't know about this, but I quite like the art style, if I'm honest. I have been meaning to give it a go.
There has just been no impressive innovation in any of them, and that is why Wuthering Waves and Sunless Zone Zero are both irrelevant now. And while Honkai Star Rail isn't irrelevant yet, it has been losing revenue since July. This steady decline in anime mobile games
Revenue watcher, opinion denied.
Started on July 1st of 2024 when Revy Starlight Relive announced their end of cycle. And while people were having a laugh at me for losing my $20,000 Revy Starlight account, I did warn that this mess would eventually affect all games. The thing about Revy Starlight Relive is, think of it like the blueprint of all anime mobile games. Like, even if you've never played Revy Starlight Relive, you inadvertently did play it through another game. It's like how...
Let me just have a look at that. Oh no. Wait, is it all just Review Starlight Relive? Always has been.
did play it through another game.
That's still one of my favorite memes, that is.
The basis of all of programming. Like, all software and all programming languages can be traced back to C, and even I, as a soy stack JavaScript Clossy Soft Web Dev General Certified Front-End Gaylord recognizes the value of C. My point is, virtually every feature, every concept, every so-called innovation Honkai Star Rail had could be traced back to Revy Starlight Relive.
Okay,
Memory of Chaos, dumbed down Stage of Dreams, Pure Fiction,
Dumbed down Stage of Dreams, you
Revy
know.
without ranking, and the most recently added Apocalyptic Shadow. We had that shit in Revy Starlight for years. Then various mechanics like traces originated from Revy Starlight. Basically, what I'm saying is that Honkai Star Rail has always been a dumbed down, normie-pleasing Chinese version of Revy
Bro, I love Yango. I fucking love him, I do, man.
Starlight Relive. And that's not a bad thing per se, but now with Revy Starlight dead and not innovating anymore,
Rip.
there's just nothing
Rip.
for Hoyoverse to draw from.
That's it, man. We've seen Hoyo plagiarizing today. Confirmed, right? We've got stonewall evidence right here. We've saw the plagiarizing. It's fact. Fact.
And that's why their game is declining majorly lately. Basically, what I'm saying is Hoyoverse just needs another Japanese anime mobile game to copy ideas from, and well, now we have that in the form of Heaven Burns Red. Heaven Burns Red is a masterful...
Dude, did this video come out before the plagiarizing? This video come out before the plagiarizing accusations, yeah? Man, Yango's 2 steps ahead.
Mistakes. In fact, I think it makes 0 mistakes, you all. Like, everything about
Life
this game
imitating
is so
art.
intricately, purposefully, thoughtfully designed that I think the studio behind this game had to have hired ex-Revy Starlight devs. Hello everyone, welcome back. So I figured it would be better for this video to visibly walk through and demonstrate to viewers what makes Heaven Burns Red absolutely
I'm ready.
embarrass
I'm ready.
Star Rail to the
Let's
highest
go.
order.
Honestly, I genuinely have, because I looked at some gameplay from this, and it's gone back about 11 months now, and I was like, I don't know. But I do want to try this game out. I'm here for it. Turn-based JRPG gacha. Okay, I'm
Very
ready.
first thing I want to highlight and give praise to Heaven Burns Red for is its amazing game launching experience. Allow me to show you all what I mean by this. So
Okay.
I will press start here. It gives a Yostar logo,
Ooh.
initializes
Clean, right? I've never seen that before.
my NVIDIA graphics card for acceleration, and then we are already
What the fuck did you just say?
here. It gives a Yostar logo, initializes my NVIDIA graphics card for acceleration.
There you
and
go,
then
man.
We are already on
Peak. Okay. All right. It uses the GPU, man. This is already clearing pretty much everything in the market, right?
the launch screen. Notice how I can tap to start and enter into the game already. All I have to do is press the start button once here. And as you can see, we instantly get loaded into the video
Hey,
game.
yo, you know what though? Just saying, Wuthering Waves, just saying, you know? I have to see that, you know, every time. Just saying.
And I just really find this game launching experience far better than Honkai Star Rail. Like, let's just do this.
Has everybody been funneled into the Hoyo launch, you know? Is everybody there now?
Properly and go through Star Rail's launch game process. So I'll click start here, and now we wait. Still waiting.
That's just 75% loading lag with Wuwa.
Waiting. Waiting, and then we see the Hoyoverse logo. And then I'm demanded to read this warning before playing, but it doesn't give me enough time to read the warning, so now I feel uneasy.
I feel uneasy.
Thanks for doxing my email, by the way. Very cool. But this is the actual screen.
You know, that's why I start up Wuthering Waves like that on the other stream, because it's like, yo, the game's doxing me, bro. I need to be on the other scene.
Want it to talk about. Notice how the menu reads start game, so I will now tap on my screen and watch what happens.
You get deafened. You get deafened.
Did you all see that? A fucking over 5-second transition to yet another screen that tells me to
click start game to go to the click start game screen. Okay. Alright.
To start the game again. And I know I'm getting kind of angry here, but I just can't emphasize how dick rip inducing I find this. Like, some people will think I'm being overly hyperbolic or nitpicky, but with an anime mobile game that you ideally log into every day, I just find the amount of time wasted on Star Rail's menu transitions absolutely unacceptable. And like, sometimes I click to start the game on the first screen and then I go to make a tea or a matcha latte, expecting that by the time I arrive back I will be loaded into the game. But then when I arrive back to this bullshit, and it just makes me so mad.
Cooked.
I guess let's enter the game for completion here.
Bro just headbutt his mic.
There we have it, we're in the game. So I think for the game start process, it should be quite undeniable that Heaven Burns Red utterly devastates Star Rail. Now, pretty much every way in which Heaven Burns Red...
You know what, I'm sold. I think that's irrefutable, isn't it? Irrefutable that it's a better game, you know? Just clears it. It clearly clears it.
...is a superior game to Star Rail is due to its complexity. So first off, let's just browse the number of available hoes on game launch here. So hoes in this game are called Memorias, and I've currently collected
hoes in this game are Memorias.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 17 times 4 plus...
So we got variations as well, yeah. Okay.
One is 16.
See, like, the only thing that we've apparently though, the people who were behind this make good story stuff, but like, it's, I don't know if I'll get invested in the story though. I think it's just about a bunch of schoolgirls, so it's like, oh, and the story needs to hit, like, you know. And I'm not saying that can't make it. It can't be a cool story, but I don't want to get on any lists. I don't want to get on any lists, but you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get invested in that.
69. So first, the number is 69.
Now, I don't think there's any guys.
The joke is sex, kill yourself if you laughed at that. But then second, notice how I had the insight to count the columns and rows and then apply the rule of product. Like, no other YouTuber would have had that insight. We all know that's true. But really what I'm getting at is that Star Rail only has 60 playable Trailblazers as of now. Therefore, Heaven Burns Red already has a bigger roster than Honkai Star Rail, which has been out for, I think, like a year at this point. And in addition to this, Heaven Burns Red team composition takes 6 units instead of Star Rail's 4.
So with that there, do you like, is it like 3 on, is it 3 on field, 3 off? I think it is, isn't it? So like, can you rotate them in? I'm not too sure now. Something about the art style that I kind of like though in this game.
Units. This derives an indisputable mathematical truth that Heaven Burns Red has far more varied and hardcore theory crafting and team compositions, and actually I'll just cut the video here and show that math right now. Okay, I've applied the law of combinations a couple times on this channel, so I'm just not going to explain this to you all. You should research it on your own time if you are new here. Anyway,
we got a lesson?
Applying it, we see that Honkai Star Rail currently has 487,635 team combinations. Heaven Burns Red puts this to shame with a mathematically menacing 119,877,472 possible teams in the game. Now, Revy Starlight Relight famously had over 300 billion possible team combinations
300 billion
before its server shut down, which is way more than either game, obviously. But the thing is, if we think logically about this, Revy Starlight teams took 5 units, whereas Heaven Burns Red teams take 6 units. This means that over time, the complexity of Heaven Burns Red will scale even more exponentially than Revy Starlight, and we will be reaching Revy's complexity at only 250 units. Now,
N equals 250 holes.
Reaching the point of 250 units might sound like it'll take a while, but that's really not the case because the banner system in this game is so superior to Star Rail. So it's called Recruit in this game, and we just see from the
To be fair though, you got it with fucking banners, really, haven't you? To you know, have a worse system, really, than who you are. I know there's games out there that do, but still, just saying.
Number of banners. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 currently running banners in the game at a time.
Jeez.
With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8. There's 2 here. So What I was counting there is the 8, sorry, I'm like getting
Okay, I couldn't keep up with that many banners, bro.
It's currently in the game that you can summon for at this moment. Whereas in Star Rail, you only ever have one limited unit at a time, and Heaven Burns Red, you have multiple limited units
Okay,
at a
this
time.
might be a worse system than Oyo. Okay.
And this just makes the game all the more complex. Like, I would say around 80% to 90% of the difficulty in anime mobile games is your ability to obtain every hoe the game releases.
Right, that's where the skill difference is, isn't it? Right, you know, if you just go and get characters, then yeah, you know, just get better. Just get good.
Star Rail, you only have to
Skill
obtain
issue.
one hoe every 3 weeks. But in Heaven Burns Red, and I'll just say
Hardcore.
this one last time, that there are currently 8 anime mobile gaming hoes in this game, and they all run for only 2 weeks. And this fact alone,
Is that legit? Oh my god, so there's 8 banners at a time running for 2 weeks. Bro, what the fuck? Holy FOMO.
I feel non-debatably, non-disputably, non-negotiably makes Heaven Burns Red a far more hardcore gaming experience than Honkai Star Rail. Before even diving into this game's combat, which I guarantee will invert your brain in a major way once we do, let's just first view how these hoes even function. So, each of them has memorias, boosters, and even accessories.
Okay.
And we just go here and we see there are still abilities I have not yet unlocked, and I'm already halfway through.
Bro, you need to get your game up, man. Come on.
Chapter 2 in this game, and I really do just think this says it all. In Honkai Star Rail, you just do like one tutorial and instantly have all the knowledge on how to play the game. But in this game, I have over 50 hours, and Heaven Burns Red is like, nope, you're not ready. You're still not ready to comprehend all the intricacies of every mechanic in this video game. The story in Heaven Burns Red is adequately mid, which places it as an S tier anime mobile gaming story.
True. Okay, true. You know, if it's a mid story, then you know it's probably is S tier really when you think about it in the gacha space.
This game is actually written by Jun Maeda, who has also written 10 out of 10 stuff like Clanad, as well as 1 out of 10 stuff like Charlotte. But what I really want to draw viewers' attention to is what is on screen right now and the dialogue options in this game. So in the story right now, I was just asked to report the correct number of hoes ready to fight the enemy, and notice how I'm given a choice. Now, I've already played this part, and I picked the correct answer, which is 7 members present and accounted for. However, there's also Reddit tier answers, like we're the Brainy Bunch, which is hilariously unfunny, and what happens if you pick that answer? Well, oftentimes when you pick a Reddit tier answer, you get a bad end to the video game, and you have to play the whole chapter all over again. And I just have to say, the fact that Heaven Burns...
I would like some decisions in dialogue within some of these games actually mean something though sometimes. It would be nice, wouldn't it? To whatever degree that is. You know, in all seriousness now, jokes aside, it would be nice to have some something like, you know, a question that you're given and your answer actually affects something in regards to the story or something potentially, obviously not character wise in regard, you know, because of the banners and stuff, but you know what I mean? Just something that affects the world around you, so it feels like, okay, I actually had an impact on the world around me here. Because like, you know, most games nowadays that even do give choices, it's an illusion of choices, isn't it? And I'm talking outside the gacha space now. It's been, well, I haven't played many AAA console games recently, but it feels like, you know, like when I think of those sort of games, I think of games like, you know, like Fallout, you know, Elder Scrolls and stuff, where like decisions you actually make do impact the rest of your playthrough and your access to certain things in the game. So like it'd be nice to see some more of that again nowadays. I'm probably asking for a little bit too much for it to be in gachas, but yeah, we can dream.
Red is even punishing, and its story missions makes it stand out from the competition. Farming in Heaven Burns Red easily outpaces Honkai Star Rail majorly. While Honkai Star Rail is good in that it's mainly autoplay, you still have to manually press a button to restart a stage. Well, in Heaven Burns Red, you just AFK on this black screen here, and your hoes automatically restart the stages for you. So as you can see, I've racked up 130 wins across an hour and 30 minutes of play. Last, I will go over combat in this video game, which just has so much complexity. Like, there's just so much variance, divergence, fluctuance in the combat system for this game. Actually, it's too complicated for you all to handle. I'll maybe go over combat in another video, but I'm just gonna leave it at this for now. Overall, Heaven Burns Red is a fantastic anime mobile game and easily the best one of 2023. And for me, this game is kind of like the spiritual successor, 3D version of Revue Starlight Relive.
Hey,
Okay.
my name is Six and welcome.
That ending caught me off guard then. Holy grippers. Okay. Another Iango video. It's a thing. It's a thing to behold. I like Iango. I love his deadpan sarcasm. I think a lot of people, you know, that don't get it. But I think it's good, man. I think it's good. I like him. All right, let me check this. What you want about? Check Discord. Check Discord general. I'm gonna look at that. Yo, bro, is that yours? The fuck out of here. Is that yours? Is that yours? Yo, you still here, bro? You still in chat? Arif? Are you still in chat, Arif? I feel like the FBI would beat your door if you booted up this game. I don't see a single shred of combat in that video. Bro's doing some witchcraft. Bro is doing some witchcraft. This isn't legit, right? Is this legit? Mods! Ban this guy! Three camis in a 10 pool. And I have to go hard pity to get every fucking weapon in the game. Like, bro. Level 11, 14. Dude. That can't be real. What kind of deal did he make with Satan for that kind of look? Right? Like, bro. A C3, S3 in a 10 pool. I hope Kuro had an age 20 pity banner just for this guy. Like, what the fuck, dude? I have never had anything close to this kind of looking wooer. Ever. Like, I think the closest I got to something like this was probably in Aether Gazer. I think in like 22 pulls, I got 4, was it the SRs or SSRs? Basically 4 5 stars, basically, in 22 pulls, which is kind of insane. But like that's insane. I hope this guy lost every 50-50 from now on. Yeah, bro has burned all of his luck, surely, right? That dude wants to stay in the house for the next few days because I feel if he goes out and crosses the road, he might get knocked over. You know? That's all of someone's luck all in one go. I think I'd have put on a lottery ticket after that, if I'm honest. That's wild. That's actually impressive. That's legit, and it's not Photoshop, which I don't think it is. That's legit. Impressive, young Padawan. I feel physically ill now. Holy cow. Bro, he's not getting Carlotta. That is, I don't know what to say to that. That's just crazy, that is. This is the type of look I have in Nikki. Yeah, like I say, man, the closest to this really is in Gazer. Like I say, getting the 4 basically equivalent 5-stars in like 20, 22 pulls, but 3 of them were individual characters and 1 was a copy. Still pretty good though. But that wasn't all in like 1 pull. I think I got 2 in a 10 pull. And I think I did a couple of pulls and got another character. And then I went over onto the limited banner. And I pulled on the limited banner and got the character as well straight away. Which I thought was insane. Like, everybody in the chat was like, fucking streamer luck. But it's like, dude, this is fucking voodoo luck. This ain't streamer luck. This is voodoo luck. This is ridiculous. If you're still in the chat, Arif, is this you or are you just sharing it as somebody else that's put it up? Meanwhile, I spent 150 pulls for a Camellia and a weapon, right? I had to go like 70 plus pulls deep to get Camelia's weapon. I need smokes now, and I'm afraid to leave the house because this dude stole my luck and I'll get hit by a fucking truck. This dude stole everybody's luck, bro. I want to be careful, man. A meteor doesn't hit the planet now because, like, we're cooked. Insane. Have you seen a better temple? Have you seen a better temple in Wua? I don't think I have. You know, I've seen insane pools in other games. I don't think I've seen a better temple. Obviously, you could probably say, well, it'd be better if it was a particular character. All right, whatever. But I don't think I've seen a better temple. You know, you got what? So 2, and this was in a temple by the looks of you. So his first 2, Kami, 3 more, Kami, gap of 3, Kami. But it's 50-50 for him now. All my 50-50 though, I'm salty as fuck. But what if that was his 50-50? What if he won a 50-50, won a 50-50? Well, you know, it wasn't his guarantee. What if he was on his 50-50, I'm saying? And that wasn't a guarantee and he's just got 50-50, 50-50, 50-50. Still to lose to get his guarantee, I mean, you know what I mean? C2 Cammy in 10 pulls, ridiculous. Arif, he was just in the chat just asking me to check Discord, but like I was just looking at that video. I was afraid there was going to be like a dick pic in there or something as well, so I wanted to wait. Switch scenes just in case. Yeah, he just popped in the Discord. I don't know what to say to that. I'm actually shocked. Impressive. That's all I get. That's all I can say is impressive. Impressive look. You somebody likes you at Kuro. Would have been crazy if it was Kami, lost 150-50, so the next pull will be guaranteed. Bro, I need to see your pulling history. I need to feel better about myself. Like, we need to see that. I need to see that you've lost fucking, like, so many 50-50s. You know what I mean? I want to see you've lost all your 50-50s prior to this, and then I'll feel a little bit better about things. I want to see you've had to go hard pity for freaking every weapon in the game. You know? You got Shorekeeper in 4 pulls. I think the best I've done in Wua, I think is I got Chang Li in like 20 pulls, something like that, 22 pulls. Whatever did he get triple? You're thinking, what's the meta? 5 past 3. Or 4 minutes past 3. Oh, the day. The 14th of last month. What are you guys thinking, right? At 3:05 on the 14th of December, I'm pulling. You know what? I might try that as well, actually. No, 3:05 in the afternoon. 15:04. Maybe that's the meta. Maybe that's the meta. Kuro are thinking you're pulling in the daytime, you're at work, you're more likely going to be a big spender. Let's give him a few tidbits, you know, let's throw him some crumbs or a fucking whole steak. Never won a 50-50. This is bullshit. Are you going to be pulling on a Yinlin, yeah? Time is meta, right? That's the new end game. That's the new end game. Figure out the fucking time to pull. We've been doing it wrong all along, guys. We've been doing it wrong all along. Oh, what the fuck dude did? I'd like to know. I'll do it. I'll try it. I'm not superstitious, but I'll give it a go. I will give it a go. I'm impressed. You'll be pulling for Yinlin. I feel it. I feel it. You're going to win your 50-50. You're going to win it. You ain't going to have to worry. Are you on a guarantee at the minute? I check my account. I always get golds between 11 and 12 a.m. Oh, interesting. How many virgins did he sacrifice? Right, it's something like that, right? Crazy. Again, I genuinely don't think I've seen a better temple in Wuthering Waves. You know, there might be like arguably some people who've like won 50-50s back to back to back in a longer, like, you know what I mean? But in a single temple, I've never seen such an impressive drop on Wuthering Waves, in my opinion. I think I've only ever seen 1 or 2 people get 2 5 stars. And I think when I've seen that, it's been of getting the premium character and losing. I was going to play it today, you know, Siberia, and then I was like pissed off with the Girls Frontline 2 thing, so I was like, you know, I'm just going to chill. I'm probably going to jump on with her for a little bit in a bit, but so yeah, I think tomorrow we'll play some PGR. We'll play PGR tomorrow. We'll check out Girls Frontline on Thursday, and then if we like Girls Frontline 2, might add it into playing some games. If it sucks, which I hope it doesn't, I'm thinking Friday. Rose is off work Friday. I think she wants to do something, so I don't know. But if we don't go out, I'll stream both. We'll do a bit of either Girls Frontline and PGR or PGR and we were. You want Elf Jesus? I've got Gian after lifting it. I'll see you're back on a 50-50 then. Okay, so Gianni took your guarantee then, yeah? There was a stream that did a temple on Chang Li's weapon and got 3 copies of the weapon. Is there any big patches coming? Do you know what? I haven't played ZZZ for a while. I need to get back on it, man. I've been slacking. I still haven't even finished 1.2. Might skip Carlotta since you broke. Yeah, I think it is going to be Carlotta for the first banner, yeah. I don't know, like, I need to, like, I've seen a little bit of the gameplay when I was scrolling through Twitter, but I need to see, like, everything. I need to see it all, like, you know what I mean? I need to see Kit, I need to see everything. Because, like, I really like her. She looks dope as well. It's a gun user, man. You know, gun users in this game just, you they don't just quite hit, do they? So maybe she'll be the one to change it for me. I'm just having a little look here. Is there anything to have a look at? Anything to react to? Account buyer immediately regrets his decision. Wuthering Waves. What's this here? Did he get banned?
More essay. What purchases
Oh.
have you regretted?
What? Purchases in game? Ultra 800 free polychrome. Oh, really? Is that? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be getting on here. Now I'll skip all 2.0 and wait for Alpha CW variant in WUA. Bro, that needs to happen, man. I'm so here for it. Am I pulling for a weapon? Are you talking to me, Chase? Who are we talking about here? Or are you talking to Neo? I'm going to be pulling on Yinlin's weapon. I didn't pull last time, which is stupid because it's like one of the best weapons in the game, isn't it? Oh, no, Neo. Isn't buying an account illegal or something? Well, it's not illegal, but as far as I'm aware, I think it's bannable, isn't it? I think it's supposed to be something they don't want you doing. For what reason, I don't know. Maybe it's potentially worry of like potential fraud or something. Maybe of people using dodgy cards to pay for stuff on game and then sell them at like discounted prices to people potentially. You know what I mean? As a way to maybe wash money. Maybe. I don't know. Let's have a look though. Let's have a look. We like Guitar Rock. Let's see what he's got to say. Account buyer immediately regrets his decision. Wuthering Waves. Naughty boy. Naughty boy.
More essay. What purchases?
My headset switched off again. Fucking thing. Right, take me back. Take me back. Come on. Come on. Is it on? Bluetooth connected. Headset. Not hearing headset paired. Headset paired. What the fuck's playing? Shit, man. Video on my phone playing. I was like, what have I been listening to something this whole time? All right, then. Regrets. Account buyer immediately regrets his decision. A Guitar Rock. A gaming. Let's go.
More essay. What purchases?
So I downloaded Wuthering Waves about 10 days ago. I got Chameleon and was overall enjoying my return to the game. Oh, so this is somebody who's having a regret of paying on the game? Okay.
Have you regretted, if any? I had to re-download Wuthering Waves about 10 days ago. Wuthering Waves, my favorite game.
Oh, actually, what purchases in game have you regretted, if any, as well? Actually, like outside of like whatever, is the games where you've like bought something in game and then been like, why did I do that? Shouldn't have done that. I don't think I have, if I'm honest. I think I'm quite responsible when it comes to purchases in games, and I always look at it in the sense that I look at it a return on investment of time. If I've spent enough time on a game, I'll spend money and then be like, you know what? That worked out to like £1 for a couple of hours, every couple of hours. That's really good entertainment in regards to a price. You know, if I went to the cinemas, that would cost me a lot more, and I might have got like 2 hours out of it. Yeah, I can't think of a game where I've like purchased something in game and then I thought, nah, man, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Like, and I've spent, you know, I've bought some of the more expensive skin packs in Valorant. Don't think I've ever regretted that either, because I'll only spend in games like that when I've got the cash to spend. If I'm like short or I've got bills to pay, I won't do it. So, and like I say, I always look at that like, well, I've played this game for so many hours, so it's worth it to me. There's been games I regretted buying, but yeah, I don't think in any in-game purchases, if I'm honest. No, I only get BP and Lunite. I regret spending so many pulls on trying to get Verena. True, actually, because you fucking rerun your account and then didn't even use that. Only impulse spending is what I regret. Yeah, I can't really think. Like, I have impulse spent in games. I suppose the other day, it wasn't regret, it was frustration. That, like, I was, like, getting so close to hard pity on the weapon for Camellia. I was, like, stuffy. I bought one of those, you know, those packs, the $9.99 packs where you get, like, what is it, like 400 asteroids, and then you get, like, 5 weapon pulls or 4 weapon pulls or whatever it is. Bought that, didn't get the weapon. I didn't regret it, but I was pissed, if that counts.
Game, guys. My favorite, Wuthering Waves. I got Camellia and was overall enjoying my return to the game. Okay? So I'm thinking I haven't played this game much. I would like to get Shorekeeper and Jinxie as well. So I go and find an account with Shorekeeper, Jinxie, and Camellia. UL level 8.
Oh, so dude was actually going to buy an account. So I'll go and find an account, just lying around. Oh, look at that. That's nice.
And boom, I can begin the game with those characters. I got the account 8 hours ago for $60.
Alright.
$60, and he got...
Not bad. What we're looking at here are these, you know, any copies, S0. An account with both of those characters on for $60. I guess you could see that as a not a bad deal, really. I wouldn't do it personally.
Got an account with Shorekeeper, Jinxie, and Camellia. I guess not bad, eh? Not bad. $60. Okay.
Yeah, you got good characters,
if it's just that 3, no Yinlin, no...
True. If there's no Yinlin, but you got 2 of the best DPSs in the game and an insane buffer. They're really good characters to have on your account. But I think just like, you know, you're not really playing the game much anyway. It's kind of wild to think you'd want to spend on the game to buy an account you're probably not, you know, going to be playing for very long, I guess. He did say here that he spent hundreds of dollars on top-ups on Genshin and blows hundreds of dollars on Tower of Fantasy, so I guess it's not really a big deal, but...
GN and the stuff. They will be expensive. You regret purchases? A really good deal, all things considered. I guess Jinxie, Shorekeeper, and Camellia is not bad. You get one team right there, right?
Do you run Bellborn on one of your supports, Neo, when you're running Caltero?
Now, this is coming from someone who, when I used to play Tower of Fantasy, could blow hundreds of dollars.
I agree, Charlie. Yeah.
Even after quitting Tower of Fantasy, I can still look back in satisfaction.
I suppose the argument here would be that you've missed the Shorekeeper banner, even though Jinxie's going to be rerunning again soon, isn't she? So, yeah, really, all he's gaining on this account is Shorekeeper when you think about it, isn't he? But then there's the argument maybe if he'd have gone on the game right now, he's got no pulls, he might have had to spend more just to get Camellia, so...
I have problem dropping $100 top-ups on Genshin before the shop resets. I'm curious as to why I feel a sense of regret, not after purchasing, but shortly after playing the account. There's a lot of potential reasons, but I would just like to brainstorm. So now,
because you're a fucking idiot. That's a good one.
Now he regret. Alright, he regret buying the account, but not after he bought the account. After he started playing the account, now he's starting.
I think that's what it is. I think the dude's just not that into Wuthering Waves. That should have been a thing that made him not want to buy initially, because he said, you know, he's come back to Camellia. He's enjoying his return to the game. But how much has he played of the game, I guess? At the same time, sometimes like running through a game again is not for everybody. It's not really for me. I'm not really a person who likes to rerun games. So I guess if you was a decent amount of the content in, going back through it probably isn't going to be as much fun. Probably realising, you know what, I could have just carried on playing the game myself and waited on reruns potentially. Yeah, don't move really. Don't
to
move.
regret it, right? He's starting to the regretness, the regretfulness is starting to creep in, and he's starting to feel it in his brain. So we're trying to theory craft why is that? Why does he not feel the regret after he spent money? Why he only feel the regret after he start playing? Is it that's not the character that he enjoy playing?
It's like sleeping with an ugly bird when you could have had the chance to do something else with a nicer girl, shall we say. You don't regret it while you're doing it. As soon as you blow your load, post-nut clarity, you know, maybe something similar, I guess. He had a post-play clarity. I don't know.
I would love to think this is fleeting and I'm having some kind of weird overreaction. I'm not sure if this violates.
Well, if it's like post-nut clarity, it's definitely fleeting. You'll regret it at that instant. Give it a day, you'll be ready to do it again.
The rule, but this post is in no way advocates. I'd like to discuss my experience. So have any of you guys felt this way? Post-nut clarity? It's not post-nut clarity.
What the fuck?
Because he didn't immediately feel it. He feel it only after he start playing. Maybe he tries Shopkeeper and he's like, okay, this is not really my style of character.
Maybe it's about the journey. That's nice. It's deep. What's going on, Jornax?
Maybe that's why. Maybe he should try Encore instead. Regret after spending?
Deep. Hey, yo, stop getting in my brain, man. His chat's getting in your brain. You're getting in my brain. Get the fuck out.
You're regretting it because you bought an account. You didn't work on it, so it feels foreign. The journey is what gives game like this meaning.
What is going on here? There's this weird conjoining of Chornax is saying what he's saying, Charlie saying what I'm saying, his chat saying what I'm saying. Like, I'm getting freaked out.
And you skip.
I think we should, guys, this is it. This is the moment. If you want the three Camellias in a 10 pool, I feel it, man. The universe has just come together. If you want to get Arif's look, now is the time. It's 10-4 as well. I'm just saying.
That journey. What do you guys... I like this statement. The journey. It's not about the destination, but it's about the journey. Do you guys think that's the case? If somebody
I think there probably is a little bit to that. Yeah, I definitely think there is a little bit to that. I don't know. I guess, like, you got to take into account as well. It's not just about the journey, so it feels foreign. It's like, obviously, he's bought an account with the characters on. What's the standing of the account? You know, it's a UL level 8, so it's obviously not got much on it in regards to what's in it. So where was his other account at? You know, these are the questions. Did he have an account that was like at least fleshed out in regards to some characters leveled up, or at least decently leveled up? You know, did he have some good echoes, all that sort of stuff? You know what I mean? Now he's moved on to an account that's got characters he wanted, but where's he at with the echoes? Where's he at with his sets, mats? You know, all that sort of stuff. Those sort of things can make a game. You're like, oh, I've got to go through all this again. Shit, I ain't got this. I ain't got that thing that I had on the other account. I've got to build all this back up. I've got to roll. I've got to go farm echoes. I'd imagine it's like a multitude of things, yeah.
Account, they have every character in the game.
Bro, busted without edging.
You didn't earn those characters. So you're not really playing the game at that point, right? You're just getting something. Account buyer deserve? Yo, why are you hating on account buyer? Genshin based game isn't for him if he ever played one. You think that's the reason why? Buyer's remorse. I learned this the hard way after someone gave me an endgame account in Genshin.
But it's not an endgame account though, is it? Because didn't he say it was UL level 8? So like it's early account, isn't it? You know what I mean? So like he hasn't even got access to like a lot of the like events where you need to be like like UL 14 and stuff like that. So it's early on. So like I don't think it's the fact that it's an endgame account. He did say that, didn't he? He say UL. Let me just go back. I want to see. Yeah, UL level 8. So it's not an endgame account. Not saying that person's saying that, but you know what I mean.
Me an endgame account in Genshin. I dropped that account and went back to my weak ass one 3 weeks later. Genshin account. Wow. It has meaning because you work for it. I regret spending on Welkin Moon. Sometimes the feeling you work hard is good. I think so too, right? I think when you like...
Bro got swindled.
For me, it's not about
For
the
real.
work. It's about the... It's about the
Bro basically bought pussy while he got it at home and then was like, shit.
the building experience, right? It's a slow... I think it's about the early on experience rather than the end game experience. The end game experience is like usually... It's just very like... Why not just reroll? I mean, because he doesn't want to, I guess. Also, you can't reroll for these characters anymore, right? He wants Shorekeeper.
The thing is, though, I get what he's saying. Like, he's got no patience because Jinxie's coming back soon. Camillea's on right now. You know, obviously, it probably might, if depending on where you're at with your asteroids, it might cost you more than $60 to get it. You know, depending where you're at. So, you know, probably won't with Wua, but you know, there's a chance because, like, what is it to get your? If you lost your 50-50, 160 pulls, that's more than fucking $60, isn't it? If you it counts Neki. But you could probably do a bunch of stuff within the space of time to at least get yourself Camellia. Jinxie's going to be coming back soon, right? When's Jinxie's rerun? Soon, right? And you know, Shorekeeper's probably, you know, the way the game's going now, you're going to be maybe a few months and Shorekeeper will be back as well, I would imagine. So, yeah, definitely a patience thing there.
You can't get Shorekeeper, Emil. You can't get Shorekeeper and Jinxie. You can reroll for Camellia, but these two are limited, right? You cannot get them anymore. So... yeah, I can see why he would want to buy an account if he wants those things. The one time that I bought one of the starter bundles in Arknights because I had no more roles left and I really wanted Eunuch Tess. Did I get her? Did get her, but I very rarely use her. A game is...
That's Neo's experience. It was in a reroll. I need to get Verena. Fuck it, I'm going to start my account again. I've got Verena. I don't want to use this bitch.
About the journey. A live service game is enjoyable when you have ambitions to reach something. Pursuing objectives in a live service game is what can make you hook on the game and feel immersion.
True.
Buying an account that has your ambitions done is meaningless and you will end up quitting the game. Wow. Probably Love and Dead Space, their customer support was absolutely useless in helping me change my game account off a dead email. Google nuke Gmail access for spam just out of the blue. I didn't want to continue on an account. I have no recourse in recovering if lost. Mine, I had spent a lot during the first few months in Love and Deep Space. So it wasn't an insignificant amount. I would feel...
To be fair, you... That's the problem.
...comfortable starting a new account over. The EN customer service was a nightmare to deal with and wasted 3 weeks of my time where I had to maintain contact with them every 72 hours or they would close my support ticket.
Dude was in deep. Oh my god. How'd you get your Gmail nuked for spam as well? Like, what was he spamming somebody?
The overall experience I had with them just left me a bad taste. It's probably a good thing though. Later updates showed they took the game more into the virtual boyfriend direction when I was a story or combat player.
A combat player in Love and Deep Space? Is that game really... I know it's got combat, but like, really? Who's playing Love and Deep Space for combat? What?
For your situation, buying an account just doesn't feel the same as an account that you have progressed on and made yours. Maybe you jump into buying a starter account too fast when you don't even know if you'll stick with it or not.
I think what he said there in the latter part's right. Is this person's obviously not that into we were to that point because I said they'd just come back to the game. So it's evident they're not like a player like that. And that's the way I always treat games. You know, if there's a game where I'm not going to be around regularly, I'll just treat it as a free-to-play game. Who cares if I don't get a character? You know, like I really wanted to get Yanagi in ZZZ, but I haven't spent in ZZZ. I wasn't going to do it for her because I ain't played the game again for a while. You know, so I ain't going to spend just to get a character that I'm probably not going to be regularly playing the game. Even though I want to get back on ZZZ, I just know that the way things are with the games I'm playing at the minute and the way I'm playing games is that it's just not going to happen.
Love and Dead Space enjoyer. Any Love and Dead Space enjoyer? I actually was gifted an account before and it took me a while to get invested in it versus starting my own. Stories in Gacha is very slow, so you burn through the story pretty quick. Datum, Nightmare, and Dude Space. $60 for an account? Nah, that's not a good deal. Buying accounts are not good deals ever. That said, I don't regret spending money. If I did, why would I do it to begin with? $60 for an account is not a good deal. Hard to say, right? The value does lie in the person, right?
I'll say it's up to the person, I think, really, is it? I've never, ever looked to buy an account, though. What sort of prices we're talking? I feel like that's just in the way, like the way Gacha works, that's not a bad price for 3 5-star premium characters that are really good characters. You know, you're talking what, $20 for each character, which if you've got no asteroids on your account, if you could get, you know, a guarantee you're getting 3 characters for that, it's not bad, I guess. I don't know, like I could imagine some accounts probably go quite like, you know, they go for quite a lot, right, if they've got a bunch of characters on. But then again, like, why would you want to do that? That's what I don't get. Like, why would you want to buy an account that's end game and they've got a load of characters on it? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. I get it, you got the characters, but all the content's been clocked. Like, where's the enjoyment in that?
This guy is willing to spend hundreds of dollars, so it's probably not that big of a deal for him, right? You felt a regret because you bought an account for a game you barely play, and you'll most likely quit again in the future. That's probably it, right? I think like a lot of people probably make this mistake. Doesn't matter what game you play. Doesn't matter if it's Wuthering Waves, if it's Genshin Impact, if it's Honkai Star Rail, if it's what else? Nikke, if it's Blue Archive, if it's Ash Echoes. You gotta make sure you like the game, right? And the gameplay loop. Because all of these gacha games does require you to log in every single day and do the required stuff. If you just don't like it enough, it's probably not going to be a good thing for you. That being said though, you can probably buy an account later on, but yeah, early on you gotta make sure you really like the game.
Yeah.
And enjoy doing
it. Then like, what, I don't get that. That's, I suppose if you want the characters really bad. But like the main thing for me, I'd be like, I wouldn't buy an account, but like, let's say I got to a certain point in the game and I was missing particular characters, and they say, all right, let's buy an account. I'd want the account not to have the characters I want, to be where I'm at in the game. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be beyond where I'm at. I don't want it to be miles back, so I have to redo all the content again, or I've missed content that I was looking forward to. You know what I mean? Like, that would suck. And you've paid for that privilege as well? Nah, not for me. Not for me. No, thank you. That's probably why he's regretting it. So I played Go Go Muffin. What the fuck, Sticks? Oh, good hell. My bad. Yawning, man. I'm yawning. Oh, let's have a look at this extra wavy video.
What's up, y'all? In Wuthering Waves, echoes are the most essential things to strengthening our characters. They most commonly come from violent monsters. But something stands out about the echoes of Rinascita. No, not because they look like Disney theme park mascots or Beauty and the Beast butlers and handmaids. Their echoes are said to talk like humans. But what if I told you they actually are? Everywhere else, people are getting their butts kicked by tacit discords. Meanwhile, in Rinascita, they're over here hugging and kissing in the hidden archipelago. We don't see anything like this anywhere else in the game. Why? My theory is because the mascot-looking monsters we see in the trailer are not echoes. The closest comparison to how they connect with the locals of Rinascita is Tiger's Maw Mine, where people coexist with Lampy Lumen. But that's just it, they coexist. It's still a powerful, hostile creature. Here in Rinascita, we can see people happily go about their day as echoes frolic around town without issue. What's really cracking here? Before we get into this theory, let's first discuss what we already know. Rinascita is known as the Land of Echoes. The echoes here are considered to be next level, and it isn't uncommon in Rinascita for them to talk just like humans. However, this is strange for multiple reasons. Whenever the etheric sea pools in the sky, a tacit field emerges on the ground. The rover also emerges from the etheric sea, but that's a theory for another day. From the tacit fields, tacit discords emerge. Everything in the world of Solaris 3 is made of frequencies. When tacit discords die, sometimes the lingering reverberations of their frequencies remain. This is the echo. Echoes maintain some essence of the original alive self, but the creature is essentially dead. They gone. That's right. We're using the spirits of dead creatures to fight our battles. That being said, what component of an echo would allow them to talk, or just continue living life as usual?
Frequencies of humans. This is what I was talking about. Like, this is where I was coming up with ideas, because you know the Fraxidus, their goal is for humans to absorb tacits, isn't it? To bring on the true lament by evolving humans to basically bring on the true lament. This is why my theory is that I think that Rinascita was somehow like the ground zero basically for some of the Fraxidus's ideas. This is my thought anyway, because obviously we've got to learn something. The tacits can't just be there and they're just rocking around. We've got to learn something about the tacits, and I think it's potentially something like that, where maybe it's where humans have been absorbed into tacits in whatever way. And I was thinking that potentially, like, you know, could it be upon the death? Because I think, can't humans turn into tacits upon death sometimes? Like, isn't that a thing, or am I tripping? But anyway, I think it's something like that potentially people's frequencies upon like being near death or something have been used to be pushed into tacits, which allows them to have speech, because there's an echo of the human there, you know what I mean, rather than an echo of the tacit. It makes them calmer. It makes them potentially have speech. It evolves the tacit in the sense that the way the Fraxidus want to evolve humans by absorbing the tacits have been evolved by absorbing the humans, and the Fraxidus took that and was like, right, this isn't the way. The reverse is the way. And potentially that's where the Fraxidus decided to be like, okay, let's do this. This is the way we bring along the true lament and move humans on past things. You know, this is why I reckon that in 2.0 there's going to be these potentials of, you know, underworld tones, chthonic tones. I've got a video coming out that I've been working on talking about the next Sentinel, and I think it being a hippocamp. And hippocamps were created by Poseidon, and Poseidon's actually a chthonic god. You can look at it two ways, just the fact that he's the sea god, but like an earth god at the same time. He's chthonic in that sort of meaning, but at the same time, in some places in Greece, he was worshipped as the lord of the underworld. In some parts of Greece, which would make him a chthonic god, which basically means underworld in Greek mythology, and Venetian mythology is linked to Greek mythology, because prior to the Romans, and it's linked to Roman mythology, but prior to the Romans were the Etruscans, and their mythology was intertwined with the Greek mythology. So I think there's a lot of that in there, because like even when you get to like gondolas and stuff in Venice, there's hippocamps on the gondolas. No, it could just be a longma. It could be. Well, I hope they're using some European inspiration for the Sentinel for Rinascita. It'd suck it if it's all just Chinese inspiration, in my opinion. Wait. What? Enhance absorption how? I was using enhanced absorptions for the more rare echoes. What do you mean? And about data merging. Let's get back to this.
People in Jingzhou recognize the strangeness of it all. They're surprised to see Abby talking to us, thinking it's an echo. But they know how crazy Rinascita is, so they just chalk it up to Abby probably being from there. So what causes these differences in Rinascita? Let's get into it. But before we do, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me keep creating awesome
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
the videos just like this one. No leaks here, only breadcrumbs. So let me cook. If you remember back in 1.0, one of the things Yang Yang mentioned was wherever a lot of people dwell, so does a sentinel to watch over and protect them. In Huanglong, there is 1 capital and 6 cities. Each major city has its own sentinel. We all know the sentinel of Jingzhou is Jue. The people of Jingzhou put Jue's symbol everywhere. The symbol put in the corner of Rinascita's trailer images is depicting Rinascita's sentinel. There's crashing waves, a lighthouse for ships to find the hidden archipelago, and a being that dwells in the sea. The creature depicted is a narwhal. But why they choose a narwhal for this region? What is the significance of this creature?
No, he thinks it's a
This
narwhal.
creature who
Okay,
navigates
interesting.
with echolocation, the
I reckon
narwhal.
it's a narwhal. End of the day, I was saying this in my video. It's a mystical creature anyway, so it could be an amalgamation. But it's definitely got like a horse's head, hasn't he? Like, this is why I think it's a hippocamp. Is it? Guess I'll just get that image up. Right, I think it's potentially more likely to be a hippocamp personally. I'm gonna make a video about it, but you know, and because hippocamps as well, it literally is the like I think they got the inspiration from actual seahorses, you know, because it literally means like horse sea monster or something. I think it translates to. Like, you know, like sometimes they're depicted with horns, sometimes not. So like there's people thinking it's a longma because of the horn, because I think they're considered, I think it was longmas, or was it the Qilins now? I think it might be the Qilins actually that were considered the Chinese unicorn. It could be an amalgamation of all of them, you know what I mean? It could be an amalgamation of all of them, but they are sometimes pictured as having horns, sometimes not. Sometimes they're seen as having 4 legs, sometimes 2. If you look to, I think in the Iliad, I can't remember if in the Iliad they were described as having 2 legs or 4. Yeah, I'm making a video about this anyway. I've pretty much got it recorded. I think I'm going to change stuff in the video though. As well, I think as well, because, you know, when you look to Phoebe, let me cook, totally separate, you know. Sid Neymar was saying that, that, you know, the cane that Phoebe's carrying has got seraphim wings, or seraph, I forgot what they're called. I think it is seraphim, isn't he? I don't think that's what that is. I think that's a Phoebe bird. There's literally a bird called a Phoebe bird. And do you know what the birds, they're considered the first bird to arrive in spring to symbolize the death of winter and the birth of spring, and they're considered to be linked to revival and rebirth as well, you know. So that to me, seraphim, that's it, yeah. That's what makes me think that that's a Phoebe bird, you know, because it's a little what's it bird like that as well. It's only a little bird, but, you know, I just think it kind of matches. Phoebe bird. Bird symbolizes revival, rebirth. Rinascita literally means revival, rebirth. It kind of like goes, you know what I mean? Now, I think he mentioned this as well, that she's got the wings here. Or I don't know if he means anything behind it, but I think that's what he mentioned in the video. He mentioned the church, but I'm sure he mentioned the wings on a cane as well, or a staff, or whatever you want to call it. But whatever, anyway, that's what I think that is. I think that's a Phoebe bird, if I'm honest. It makes sense. Yeah, I think it's potentially a hippocamp. But I guess we don't know, you know? We don't know, because a Longma does have connections to the sea. And I did mention the characters of Nua and Fushi in one of my previous videos. Nua fixed the azure sky. Now, could that be like in reference to like Rover, you know, doing what Rover's doing in regards to post-lament tacit fields and stuff? And Fushi was a brother or brother husband. You know, could there be like some sort of like relevance to like the Rover's male and female version there? I don't know. Yeah, like it could be a Longma, you know? It could be. Like when you look to this here, definitely something there, I think. Then I'm like, I don't know. They are described typically as being winged beasts, but there's nothing on the Rinascita logo that says that it might have wings. You know what I mean? It might actually have wings. We ain't got enough of it, have we? We can just see that it's got a horse's head, a horn, and a tail, and that it's coming in and out of the waves.
The hidden archipelago, and a being that dwells in the sea. The creature depicted is a narwhal.
Interesting theory.
But why they choose a narwhal for this region? What is the significance of this creature? This creature, who navigates with echolocation, the narwhal, comes from the Old Norse word meaning corpse whale. Additionally, the narwhal symbolizes uniqueness, mystery, and transformation. All of this fits perfectly into what we know about echoes and Rinascita. But I think there's one more important reason.
No, this is extra wavy.
Why the narwhal was chosen as a sentinel of Rinascita. It
Okay.
embodies why the echoes here are so different and strange. See, there's an ancient Inuit myth about the origin of the narwhal. Some recounts of the story differ, but they all essentially go like this. There was once an old woman with long white hair braided into the shape of a tusk. She was known to be exceptionally cruel to her blind stepson. One day, as she was attempting to harvest a pod of whales, her stepson shoved her into the water. The old woman drowned and was transformed into a narwhal. If you notice, many resonators have minor transformations, abnormalities, and manifestations around their.
Okay, I like this reaching because I'm doing a lot of that in my video. I'm doing a lot of it in my recent videos because I don't want to do so much lore. I want to do like proper theory crafting, looking at stuff in the game, looking at stuff in real life, and being like, okay, how can we try and, you know, bring this into potential of maybe being something that inspired Kuro?
Their body. Yang Yang has feathers growing from her head. Mortefi has dragon scales. Jinshi grows horns. Yanwu has ice scales. And the list goes on for the changes each resonator experiences in their bodies. Well, what would happen if these changes never stopped? We know that overclocking can also spur on additional changes to a resonator, but what if that was never checked either? What if the person experiencing these changes related to overclocking had no way to rein in the symptoms? They would die of overclocking and perhaps fully transform into something entirely different. Like the old woman in the whales, they become a new creature with no memory of their past.
Okay.
An echo of what they once were. Only in this instance, they retain their capacity for speech and reasoning. The lighthouse acts as echolocation for those with such affliction. This is a story of Rinascita and the condition that turns people into echoes of their former selves. But what would be causing them to overclock in the first place? If you remember the masks of constraint in the plot of the Fractidus, you know that that's part of their process for creating resonators. But as with all experimental technologies, some bugs are bound to be in the beta testing. Rinascita is a place known for its wealth, and it would not only be the perfect place to gather test subjects for these experiments, but also to garner funds from wealthy benefactors to continue their operations. With learning so much about the Second Awakening from observing Jue and Jinshi, it's only a matter of time before the Fractidus perfect their resonator project, and I bet anything that we're bound to run into them in this new region. Alright y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed this theory. I'm super excited about 2.0 and I can't wait to see how many things I got right in these predictions.
Okay, interesting. All right. I like the theories in regards to again, like the Fraxer that's been involved. I don't know though, man. I don't think it's a narwhal. I do think it's a hippocamp. Oh, a hippocampus or a kelpie. Well, I don't know if isn't a kelpie just another word for hippocampus? Because like a hippocamp, they're in Greek. I think they're in some Pictish mythology as well, right? And it just fits as well because like I feel like a hippocamp fits more than a longma. Obviously, I know the game's Chinese, so that is a big factor. But you know, if they're not going to if they're not going to like branch out to do like other regions mythology, but it's just like I think hippocamp, the city, it's based on Venice. Gondolas, a common sight on gondolas, hippocamps are considered to be a symbol that protects the passengers, the drivers, and the gondola. You know, it feels like it's right for it to be a hippocamp. And again, if we are gonna, because like obviously the being that sends Rover to Solaris to do a thing, there's obviously gods outside the pantheon of things such as the Sentinel, because they're on the mortal coil in a sense, aren't they? So like I feel like could the hippocamp, if it is the hippocamp, and we do take inspiration from our mythology in the sense that Poseidon created the hippocampus, maybe obviously it's not going to be Poseidon, but maybe potentially we're going to get some links to gods beyond the Sentinels, you know what I mean? Actual deities, like greater gods, greater beings. You know, this is why I was saying I think there's potential links to like underworld stuff and that. You know, like even just little things like Zany, the fact that she's got goat horns and a forked tail, devil's tail. You know, that's just like another little thing that it's like, I get it. I know there's mutations and stuff, but it's just a specific and across multiple cultures that brings up connotations of hell, of demons, of devils, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Of Onis, of Gwai, of Rachia having Pero. It's a phantasm, isn't it? It's a ghost. It's an apparition. Again, relating to like this theme of like death and you know what I mean. I don't know if I'm just cooking crack here or what, but I feel like there's something there. And if my idea is right, to the potential with the Tassets, that they are taken from people potentially dead or dying, and that's how they're given speech, because they're using echoes of humans to imprint that onto Tassets. You know, again, there's that connection. It's even like I've gone extra out in my my video in terms of theory crafting. I've even gone to things of the works of like Thomas Mann. There's a book called Death in Venice. And it's a book about a dude who goes to Venice, and Venice itself is like a personification of death, you know, and death is considered like a leitmotif in musical terms in the book as well. And I just thought that was kind of interesting, you know, in regards to resonance and music and sound and all that being a big factor in Wuthering Waves. And the trip across the lagoon in the book that he does is considered like kind of a homage to traveling across the River of Styx to the underworld. And I don't know, I think maybe I'm talking shit, but like I like the ideas. Yeah, well, I think Sid was looking along the lines of a longma. I think if I remember, his theory was that it's a longma, which it makes sense. Makes sense. Chinese. In a I think the most famous longma as well came to Fuxi, the husband of Nua, that I've already mentioned, and I think might be some potential inspiration in Wuthering Waves, because Nua is like an incredibly important character in Chinese mythos, which of course Kuro's Chinese. There's got to be something there. It's like as in like Western developers taking stuff from like Christian folklore and stuff like it would make sense, wouldn't it? Or like just even European folklore, Greek mythology, all that sort of stuff. So like it could make sense, and like the Longma, I don't think it was Baal Longma. But anyway, a Longma like brought the charts to the river, the Yellow River, to Fushi for him to be able to chart the rivers and such. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting though. I'm getting off in a bit, dude. It's 4:25, man. I've got to go and get Rosie. Maybe there are signal beacons that keep the TDs calm. Potentially. Like it's like when we look at what's it? Shit, where's that video gone? I'll just bring it up actually. If we bring up like the Raguna logo, this is obviously some kind of beacon. It would make sense if it's a lighthouse, wouldn't it? And it's like, do they use like different tech? Because we know there's a tech in Jinzhou that it could be a light. It literally could just be a light, couldn't it? So it's interesting that it's depicted as fire. Again, like let's even go more abstract here. I do think it's some sort of beacon, some sort of lighthouse. What if this is some sort of like pyre, funeral pyre type thing? I don't know. I think I'm a bit wild on that one, but because I do think it is a lighthouse. It looks like a lighthouse. Or it looks like a bottle of lube. Because that video, I can't get it in my head anyway. It was fucking so pure. He showed me that video, wasn't he? Every time I see that beacon now, I just think looks like a bottle of Durex lube. Yeah, it could be something like that. Because, well, I can't remember in the game now when it comes to tacits, what kind of resonance do they put out? Because in musical terms, a tacit is literally a period of silence. You know what I mean? That's what it means in musical terms. To have a tacit in a musical composition means to have nothing, to have silence, to stop playing. Which, kind of makes sense as well when you think about it. But I don't know if it necessarily means that in residual chaotic frequency energy under the waveform phenomena, retaining amorphous forms. They possess tacit cores. Sometimes by their communication of reverberation. So they have just chaotic resonance, don't they? Yeah, okay. Because that's why they have to consume, don't they? To stop themselves basically like breaking down in a sense. That's why my theory was like potentially humans are the reason why they won't need to feed. Like you say, it could be some sort of like thing that could be putting out that controls the frequency. But I was thinking that the resonance of a human being could be used to do that. And then that gives them speech as well. Because it's like, okay, the beacon and potentially something like that could keep a tacit calm. But what would give it the ability to talk? You know what I mean? Why would it be able to speak? If there's not some sort of element of a human presence there in some form or another. Right, I've got this video, I've got the audio recorded, but I feel like I need to tweak it because I feel like I'm not explaining myself too great in the video, and I kind of like meander off into some other stuff as well, which I find myself doing. But I kind of like to keep that sort of stuff in the theory crafting videos as well, because I want the theory crafting videos to be that. Like, I don't want them to be chaotic to the point where it's like, what's this fucking dude waffling about? But I want it to kind of be like a video that's concise enough that's like, within 13-minute video, 10-minute video, but also kind of represents my thought process in what I've been thinking about as well. So it's like a reflection of where I've come to these thoughts, whether it means I'm kind of, bouncing around a little bit, but that it's kind of focused at the same time. Yeah, could be. It's because, like I say, I just think there just seems to be so many little things that point towards, and potential connection to the gods, this like chthonic themes, this underworld stuff. You know, there was like, even down to things like in some cultures, the sea was represented as a gateway to the underworld. And like, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too much into stuff. And I just feel like there's going to be some kind of connection. And it makes sense. That could be a reason why we need to go to do something like that. Because, you know, we've seen what's being done to people or something, and maybe their resonance in a way is being trapped somewhere potentially. I don't know. Anyway, I'll have that video up in a few days anyway, but I'm going to call it there anyway. It's 4:30 now, guys. I appreciate you all hanging out today. I know we didn't get around to playing any games, but I've had fun. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the stream as well. I might get live again tonight just to play some games, basically, just to play some games, or I might get on working on my video a little bit more. See, because I do need to work on it. But yeah, I appreciate you all hanging out, guys. I will have a video up tomorrow. Should do. And if you haven't as well, guys, go check out the video that I put up today. Let me know what you think. It's much appreciated. I will catch you all later. Okay, if I don't see you later, guys, maybe I'll catch you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much for hanging out. I love your faces. Like the stream. Go check out my video. See you later. Ta-ra.